So, welcome to Ragtag Bunch. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and all those things as well. So, getting up to that Christmas time.
Yeah.
And you're joining me, Guy, and Adam for a very close to Christmas session. We did have something else planned, but we thought, what? Just carry on from where we were, really. So, that's the plan. So, if you've not watched our previous episode, obviously put down your list of things to go through as well. And also subscribe to our YouTube, follow our Twitch, and make sure you like our Facebook page. So, obviously, hello. I think we're just going to go straight into it. I know we've got a bit of a new arrangement with our screens as well, so let us know if that works for you. As it's just the three of us, so I thought I'm going to sit on the nice, comfy sofa with all the pillows. This makes a nice change. Cool, okay. So, we... last week, got through the last bit of Cania. The Ansem and Arlo and Erebos managed to get through the rest of the Great Library. They came up against a few Bone Nagas, a few Succubi, and what else? Oh yeah, Gates of Spiny Devils.
And then Azure.
Oh, Azure, and a massive Titan thing.
Titan of Doom.
Yep.
Who didn't actually hurt us, it was the fucking book that ruined me.
Yeah. So, crazy ass session, but now they are back in the material plane. They saw a, what's the word for it?
Vision.
A vision, yeah, I guess that's the word, yeah. Kind of vision of this great study. Architecture looked familiar. Arlo took a guess of where it might be, and they teleported, and then they are in the woods somewhere. So,
Arlo watched the teleport.
yeah, so we're going to jump straight in, really. And you guys have been resting. Erebos is with you at the current time, but if you watched our previous episode, you would know that he's on the edge of retiring from the party for a bit. So he's still around, essentially, for this session. But he will be leaving. We'll see.
He's around to be the pack mule.
This is going to be a pack meal. So, we'll jump straight in. You've had a long rest.
Yes, I was knocked off by the level of exhaustion. I'm no longer shit in combat.
Yeah. You can go straight in.
It's useful to know.
I've got all my stuff ready to roll. So, and Artemis has been with you, obviously, in Cania and running around, joining you in all the things. I think the only one that's not with you in Cania is Bolo, Rez's character. So, we'll have to sort that out when we get to it. Right, so, you guys, go ahead.
Finishing up the long rest, or do you want to start from the long rest at the end of it?
Well, you've had your long rest.
So we've had the long rest.
That finished last session.
Cool.
So you've just got to decide on what you're doing.
I need to find out what day it is, because that was something we didn't find out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a rough estimation. It was either like 3 or 5 days. Well, no, it's either the day or we got 3 to 5 days, one of the two. So we're going to go to Sinisteel.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll move us to
I'm going to teleport us there.
map.
Okay, I'll move you with that. Cool.
Cool. So if I'll go to the map, it breaks every time.
Can you just turn the camera on?
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Pivot!
Oh no, I could do that. There you go. So we go to the map. I know. Let me just move this around. Apologies, everyone. We'll get there eventually. Lots of. There we go. We've got the map running. I just have to put it on the screen. Cool. So, you guys are here in this hex, and you want to bing to Sinisteel.
There, yes.
Cool. Okay. Right. So, if we go with the PHB, and in the PHB it's got the rules for teleportation, so you need to roll some D100s. And then, if it fucks up really badly, some D10s.
Before you cast it, let me have a little read.
Yeah. You take everyone's hands, you kind of go into a circle.
No, it's one thing. Touch me like I'm your messiah.
Everyone just goes like, yeah, and starts putting their hand. Why not?
It's like just poke.
Yeah.
It's that I don't want to, but I got to move.
So, Okay, you have to roll the D100s and try and get it on target, essentially, yeah?
Yep.
Question.
Mhm.
If I cast Guidance, which is basically gives a D4 to ability sort of check sort of thing, would you be okay with adding a D4 to that D100 roll?
Yeah. Happy with that? Cool.
Cool. The idea is to be outside the entrance to Sinister,
Just
not
to
in the
boost
town,
that
but like
So-
outside.
just a little
So you've
bit.
been there.
Yes.
So on the side, you've got your different levels of knowledge about the location. So,
Permanent circle, associated object, very familiar with it, seen casually. I assume the circle is there would have a teleportation circle, but I assume that plan probably doesn't.
Nope.
So that one's not available. Associated object, we have no idea what object we're looking for that's associated there. That we know
We're
of very
planning
well.
meeting people there, but that's
No.
not it. So it'd be
Are you familiar with it? Very familiar, or just seen there casually?
seen casually.
Seen casually. Okay. If it's seen casually, I guess then.
alright, give it a roll. I'm intrigued. It could only go badly.
It only go well. Shit.
Roll a D4, remember.
It makes no difference.
Oh, this is going to get off to a good start.
Okay, 13.
Similar area. So you and your group wind up in a different area that is visually or thematically similar to the area. If you were heading for your home laboratory, for example, you might end up in another wizard's laboratory or an alchemy supply shop.
Don't look at me like that.
Oh, I've got a brilliant place to stick you in.
So where were you trying to go exactly?
It was the entrance. As I said, the entrance to Sinisteel. So it had been outside. Like, so basically, you can look at it. You go, "There's the gate to Sinisteel," and just go in.
Your picture, okay, yeah, that's a different one because you're actually picturing the western.
Yeah, like
This
Eastern
doesn't
Gate.
look like Sinisteel. This looks like Dusk Cove.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I was thinking about that, but the thing is, the entrances are completely different. So I'm going to.
Yeah, it only needs to be similar. Though.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Oh, I know where I'm going to put you.
okay, where are you putting us?
I'm going to. Okay, cool.
Luxembourg.
No,
Some random place on the other side of the continent.
that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, okay. I've got
Another continent.
yeah,
Different plane.
different universe.
Hang on, this is the place where all the drows are from. I'm not cool with this.
Blend in. Act natural.
Okay,
Fuck you.
so I've got to think of a place that you've been to as well. So I've got 1, 2.
Scrolling up far.
Yeah. Okay, I've got 1 or I've got 2. This is really fucking tough. I've got 2 places in mind of putting you. I'm gonna put you. Okay, I've got 3 places.
Roll a d6.
So roll a d6. 1 and 2. I'm gonna put you in the hardest place.
3.
Cool.
So
3.
it'll be 2. Cause
The second option.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
It's not the hardest. It's the second hardest.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. You go on to it, everybody. You cast guidance on Ansem, and a kind of a circle illuminates beneath your feet, and whips of magical air surround you all, and you disappear. You then appear with magical energy in front of 2 huge wooden doors, besides which large towers made of wood stand beside it. You cast your eye up and you see flags of the Baron of Dusk Cove. You recognise it straight away. If you want to roll a history check, just to confirm that you.
Nat 20.
Oh fuck me! Yeah, this is the river fort that stood between Dusk Cove and Parsenol when you first came to Dusk Cove. You appear right outside it, and you look around, and there you are literally in the middle of one of the army camps, as this has been taken by the Baron. No, not the Baron of Dusk Cove now. It was the Regent, the pain in the ass dickhead of a Regent.
We're at Sinisteel. This is it. Let's go, people.
You
Are
see.
you sure this is Sinisteel?
Yes, this is
I've
You
never
see-
been here myself, so I'm happy to go
this
with
is Sinisteel.
You see a soldier appear over the edge, and he kind of looks and goes, and you kind of the dust kind of starts to settle, and the slight fog has been pushed away from you, and more soldiers appear in your vision, and they look around you and go. They have no idea how you've just suddenly turned up in the middle of their camp, and
yes.
suddenly, and you hear a halt. What? How the hell did they get here? I don't know. Who goes there? Who are you? What the hell's just? Who are you?
I'm you.
You hear the sounds of crossbows being loaded.
Oh shit. No, I meant you is Y. Not the YOU, but UI.
Who are? Someone get some manacles, please. And you hear the doors opening.
Hey, wait.
How far is it? Is it like, are they at the bridge bit?
So
The gate.
this is on the western fort door that's been locked. So western fort door. So the doors are opening into the fort, where you hear lots of soldiers coming up from the outside.
Proposal.
They have literally taken the regent's men have taken over this fort and have stationed part of their army outside it.
Okay, counter proposal. I'm gonna fucking run.
In which direction?
Away.
There is.
Is there a forest nearby? Sorry.
There is a forest. You see, going through a mass of tents. There is a slight palisade wall, and there is a thick forest.
I'm running towards the
What are
forest.
you gonna find?
You're going down the main street of this mock army
I've
camp.
got any spells that you can cast to, like, fuck up their vision.
Yeah. Darkness.
Yes!
Cast it on yourself. Are you going to cast it on them, or what are you going to do?
I generally at the big massive gate with all the people.
No, if you cast it us, then with the blob of darkness moving, that they can't see into.
I can't move with me though. It's just a
You have to
station
point it on a
Oh.
location. So where you're going to put it on where you started and then move, or you're going to point it at a location. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try and blind all the archers with it.
Go for it. Fucking just do
Yeah,
it.
just darkness to blind the archers because it's a 10-foot radius, so it's a 20-foot diameter sphere of pure blackness.
Cool. You place it on kind of the central location, so you hit the two wooden towers beside the wooden gate, and including the gate in the kind of large sphere of darkness,
Yeah,
and then you bolt it.
yeah, bolt it
Okay.
straight towards that forest.
You see the soldiers panic inside the fort as this void appears. However, you see through this kind of thick fog of morning, obviously as the tents, the kind of these horn blasts appear, and more soldiers kind of seem to come out of their tents, and you hear the sounds of footsteps following you. Let's roll some. Let's do a chase scene.
Oh, fuck.
Where is Dungeon Master Guide?
Oh, shut up, fucker, shut up, fucker, shit.
Right, where is my chapters?
So, like, once we
Chase
get to the forest, we're
scenes.
It's getting to the forest. I wish I had fireball.
Chases, there we go, 252.
okay. Yeah, I
Fireball
really wish I had
backwards.
fireball there as well. Okay.
Okay,
Synchronized fireballs.
right, take a d20 from the massive collection of d20s we've got. Right, okay, let's do this, shall we? Right,
I need to whip out my favourite spell.
okay, so let's do this. You're running down the main avenue of this camp. It seems to make jagged edges as it kind of weaves its way through the set of tents that have been erected. Let's have a look at what comes up. Okay, you see as it's coming up, they've been. Looks like the part that you're coming up to looks like it's being slowly disassembled to be moved on. A maze of, I'm just going to read it out. So, a maze of barrels, crates, and other obstacles stands in your way as you are bolting for it. Make a dexterity check or an intelligence check to navigate through the maze.
Oh, I think you got that one.
I'm going to make an intelligence check. Is it just the check so I should get my normal
Yeah, it's not saving.
Cool, 19.
Okay. You kind of see a quick avenue, and you can do a little kind of hop across it, and you kind of roll over the top of a box, and you get across quite easily. This causes the boxes to kind of move out the way, giving you a clear avenue to run through
Okay.
as you run behind Ansem. Erebos and Arlo are also following on foot behind you. Right, both of you make dexterity saving throws as volleys of crossbows are coming across your head. Across your head.
I did.
You hear a snap as bolts hit the boxes as you
That's a 12.
go past yourself.
20.
Right. They fired. One bolt hits your side, and you take.
Is it in your ass?
Fucking, of course, it's in my ass.
You got an arrow in your butt.
He's got impeccable aim for hitting the gun on the front, I'll be honest with you.
Hits you in your side, and you take
Completely aim for you, you just move.
4 points of damage.
I am quite small, so I probably just ducked it.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's continue on. Artemis is going to have a complication. Let's go. Okay. Nice. You continue running on, and the one of the quarter hands is drawing a cart, and it's blocked your path across the street.
I don't have it.
I know you don't,
Best
but oh my god.
solution.
And it blocks your way. You can either make an acrobatics to jump it, or you can try and figure out something else.
Levitate.
It's just an automatic thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Out of the
you
way.
cast levitate on the cart. How much strength have you got? Because you've got a horse attached to it. Is it £500?
So you can do £500, yeah.
I don't know how much.
So
Horse
if
weighs
it's just
in
a
pounds.
cart, just to move it up like that, whether the horse is like at the front on the reins.
You should be tipping it.
Yeah, just tipping it everywhere. It's just enough so to lift it up so we can just slide underneath or like just run underneath.
What we'll
it.
probably end up doing is just be tilting forward like that. So
Yeah.
like a fucking door just being opened.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea if the horse is probably literally just like up and kind of kicking and breaks out of the harness and falls to the ground. Kind of gets up and stampedes into a load of tents. You manage to get round. However, the stampede has happened between two rival legions legion is not the right word, but two units of troops, and a brawl is now starting out between them. And it's spilling onto the main thoroughfare in front of you. So, you managed to get past the cart, that's fine, but now a brawl between a load of troops is happening. What do? And one spots you.
I'm gonna. This sounds dumb, but I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Okay.
I've got an hour. It basically gives me an hour of unaffected by difficult terrain, spells, and other magical effects that can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralysed or restrained.
Okay.
Spend 5 minutes of movement to automatically escape from any non-magical restraints such as manacles
Okay.
or creature that has grappled it. Finally, being underwater imposes no penalties on the target's movement or attacks.
Okay, so any difficult terrains and mud and things that won't affect you, but it will still affect Artemis.
Yeah.
But this brawl is spilling out. You both need to make a strength, dexterity, or charisma intimidation check. So strength, athletics, acrobatics, or intimidation check. Your choice to get past the brawlers unimpeded. Sorry.
One thing enough to get is acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
It's the only one that's gonna help me.
Oh!
That does not sound.
I got a 3.
Oh, that's not
So
good.
I've got
for
a
you.
7 in total.
6 in
You got
total.
6. Oh man, no.
Cool. Two of these soldiers come out wearing kind of like these the tabards of their units. They're kind of punching out. They see you coming against them. They think you're the two arrivals of their group, and they're going to swing some punches. Ansem, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and Artemis, you take 5 points of damage as one of them clocks you around the jaw.
Fine. It's fine.
Artemis, you are bogged down by these people, but Ansem, you got your fleet foots thing, so you are continue going along.
You'll get better.
Oh dear.
You'll either die or come back a hero. One of the two.
You are continuing along, and you see now lots of soldiers are picking you out and going, "Get them!" And you've now got a host of. So you're being chased now. So.
Wait, is it just me being singled out, being chased?
No, you're both being chased.
Oh, that's good.
But
they're actively chasing us.
Yeah, so you need to get out, and they're actively chasing you, so you need to try and slow them down. So if you want to do anything, I can roll on this as well.
Whereabouts is it? What does it look like around us? Just
So you're on this main thoroughfare, kind of a muddy track that's starting to kind of bog you down. The exit to the camp, I would say, is about 100 feet away. So you're quite close, getting quite close.
I'm just going to run to it.
Yep.
As fast as I can.
I wish I'd taken Jorgen's headband to Scorching Rays.
Oh yeah.
That would have been fun. Fuck. A lot more things to touch. And I haven't got enough resources to do an Army of the Dead. I did not expect to be coming here.
Yeah, I'm just going to run, Stephen, straight towards the foresty looking bit.
Okay, so you get closer towards the main gate. You kind of just try and get out of the brawl going on. It's going to count as a bit difficult terrain for you, so it's going to eat up some of your movement. But you're, I'd say, about 70 foot closer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
If
70.
using
You've
my
got
dash,
70 foot
yeah.
left. You're probably about 60, 50 foot. Kind of getting straight out there. Those of guards are following you now, and you now see guards starting to appear at the gate that you're trying to get to. What do you do?
I'm gonna hope. My plan is to basically try and blow up the door if they try and seal it.
Door is closing with your passive perception.
Yeah, my hope is basically to blow the fuck up when I get there with a very high powered inflict wounds.
Okay, you see two guards approaching you with spears. Make yeah, what are you gonna do? Either you can try and get past them, they're gonna make an opportunity attack against you. Or you
This
can,
is two guards.
two guards. One on each side. Both with spears.
What are they wearing?
Both wearing splint.
Splint, fuck.
You can see that just because it's wearing army regalia.
How close am I to him now?
About 10 feet difference.
Okay.
I probably. I wish I'd gone for something else. I am going.
Is it worth risking it?
What are you doing? Well, what are you thinking?
If they're in front of you,
Yes.
I'm thinking, how far apart from each other are they?
Are you going far?
About 10 foot apart. They're basically spanning each side of the.
I'm just thinking, kind of what I did on the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Win wall.
Oh god.
Whee!
In the air or out, like in a
Straight
diagonal?
upwards, like wee.
Oh god. Okay, they are going to make... how far up do they go?
They go up 15 feet in the air.
Okay. First one, okay, lands alright. The second one lands okay, but they're still going to take a good amount of damage. So I'm going to take 2d6.
1 second.
Same numbers. Okay, they land.
And 3d8 on top. If they failed it, they pass only half of that.
So you do 3d8.
Passed a DC.
Yeah, half of 3d8. So.
What was your DC?
15.
They would have, and that was...
It's a strength saving throw.
Okay, they were literally just passed.
Yeah, so half of 3d8. As the wind goes.
Fuck me, high D. Really low D6s, really high D8s. So they are knocked out.
Yeah.
They land on the floor and go. Poof. You haven't killed them. They're just on the floor, prone, and don't seem to be moving. You dash past them, make two dexterity saving throws as you hear more bolts flying through the air. You're approaching the gate, however, which is still closing, and two more guards appear in your way.
17 for my dex.
Okay. You take 7 points of damage as a bolt. Oh, sorry, 6 points of damage as a bolt rips into your, kind of hits your back.
Catch up, and I can heal you.
Ow, 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 ow.
And the mud and the track is starting to get quite muddy as well. So be aware of that. You've got 2 soldiers appearing, and the gate is almost closed. What are you doing?
But I'm still going for it.
Yeah.
If I can get to the gate, so my idea is basically get to the gate, and
You're a bit further than Artemis. So I'll say about 20 foot between you.
Okay. At
About 20. I'll say
how far from the gate?
25 feet away from the gate now.
Okay. So next big push, and then you said more guards are coming out.
You can see them to your right, to your left,
But
and a
they're
big
not-
hop behind
But
you.
they're not by the gate itself.
2 in front of the gate.
2 are in front of the gate.
Kind of come on these large. Were on these platforms above it,
Right.
and now come down.
Come down, come down. Fuck. I'm going. I am going to attempt from range. Fuck it, I'm going to try and drain life. One of the guards on the right.
Okay.
So it is a con check, I believe.
Fails.
Oh dear. Okay. You take. Ooh.
Is it over 14?
No.
Is it really, really bad?
This is gonna be real bad. It's 28.
Yeah. You see the guy and falls down the rest of the platform stairs. The other guy kind of looks in horror and brings down his spear.
I didn't mean that.
He had a wife and kids. It was his last day before retirement.
But if you've got diamonds, I can fix him.
Hey,
Running up.
the soldier goes, "Ah!" Starts running towards you with a spear. Artemis.
Is he running towards him with the
Yeah. He's across the way from you. You're 20 foot away from Ansem.
Just so you know, I rolled +8 on the D8.
Oh!
I'm just going to sprint towards the entrance here, that area. Sprint towards Anson as fast as I can.
Okay. You're going to sprint. One of the guards is going to come up to you, Ansem. He's going to try and stab you with a spear.
I'm sorry.
Kind of gets caught in the mud and goes to jab you. You manage to kind of duck under it and pat him away. He's going to come in with another one. He hits, and he's going to do. What's your AC again? 14?
13.
13. You take 7 points of damage as he gets your side of the spear.
I said I'm sorry. Keep running.
Oh dear. Okay, you are at the gate. You're coming up to it. You got the gates closed. The patch in front of the gate is all muddy, and the guard is currently against Anson. You're coming up to the gate. Behind you, you see about 15 to 20 kind of guards and soldiers approaching you, trying to stop. Closed. Trying to stop the brawl, and then you've got soldiers appearing from either side of you.
Is there stairs?
They're about 50 to 70 feet. It's kind of like a light palisades. There's no walls, but there are platforms that come to a point where you can see over it, but you can't walk along the palisade.
As I get up to the gate, can I cast Inflict Wounds at it at 4th level? Basically, I do.
Yeah, go on then. You can inflict wounds on the poor guard. He's just trying to do his job.
The
Gate on the.
To try basically break it open.
It's not really. Well, it's organic material, I guess, but it's not. Yeah, go for it, I guess.
I just rolled a 19.
Yeah, well, you can't.
30. To hit.
30 to hit.
Yeah.
Seriously, if Orion's watching this, then Jesus. Yeah, you hit. How much damage do you do to the wooden gate?
It will be 60-10.
Oh my dear Lord.
Oh my god.
Do you want more D10?
Nah, it's probably better this way.
10.
10.
1.
1.
7. 18 so far.
It's 18.
27.
So that's the 4th one. 5th one's 1.
28.
36.
76.
Is that
And
it?
no, it's 60 10, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. And +1.
37.
37.
Of wooden splinters hail on the other side of this gate. The kind of the guard kind of reacts to the explosion and kind of ducks down away from you. Artemis, what are you doing?
I've got the date! I've got it open!
I'm just going to keep running. Aiming for the big hole that's now opened within the gate.
Yes, you kind of get through this slim, I would say about 3 foot wide, 5 foot high hole that's come through it. I wouldn't say it's exploded the things, but a hail, very concentrated force in one of the doors. You get through it as 2 bolts appear either side of your head. Anson, what are you doing?
Fucking run!
Yep. Keep running.
Oh dear.
Okay. Right. Change that for that. And I can go over there. Okay. You see the soldiers kind of like starting to open the gate, but they're having issues because obviously it's all muddy. And you see about 50 foot away from the perimeter of the army camp is this thick wood.
I'm running straight towards that.
Yep.
Okay, it's that way then.
Yeah. You go straight into the woods.
Go, fuck, go, fuck, go, fuck, go, fuck, go, fuck.
Where is it? Because this got me last time. Roll as you're running into the kind of the forest limits. You find yourself coming up to this mass of vines. Make a dexterity saving throw to get out of it.
Wait, we're being restrained.
If you fail it, you see all these vines, and basically dexterity is you cutting through the vines without slowing down.
Oh, so you say it's like terrain.
It's not terrain. It is an active thing that's going to restrain you if you can't be restrained, can you?
No.
Artemis, make a dexterity saving throw. You see all these vines hanging down. They seem to be covered in this strange sticky substance. There seems to be a lot of them blocking a path. Make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can kind of weave your way around them without being tangled up.
Okay, and I'll cast resistance on myself while I do so. I get an extra d4.
Okay.
There's one.
Erebos and Arlo are kind of following you behind you.
What was this dexterity?
Yeah, saving.
17 in total.
Ah, you're fine. You manage to kind of duck and weave around these vines. Your bag kind of knocks one. You see it kind of swing out to hit another vine, and you see that one get wrapped up in another one, and you see them all get tangled up, almost like magnets on magnets. Kind of looking at how it would have snared you. Hunter's snare. And you make your way into the woods. You see the guards kind of see them as you look back, kind of stopping before the woods.
Fuck you, bye! Keep
And
going.
they kind of stop. They kind of hear calling back, and you kind of hear some kind of orders being kind of given. Your passive perception, you kind of hear the word hunters, and that's it.
Oh shit.
What's your passive? It's like quite
17.
17. Yeah, you hear the word hunters as well, but you both don't really understand what that means to this regiment.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so you got out of the army camp at the river fort, and you've made your way into the Blackwoods. You recognise this place as you were here previously when you got out of Dust Cove. So you've been through these woods.
Yeah, I have 15 plus 8.
This is a question to Artemis as well, because you've been travelling around. Would you have been this far southeast?
Not towards Dust Cove, no.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Cool. So you're kind of relying on Ansem, and Erebos would have been along here as well, for their kind of knowledge on the area. Cool. Okay, so you're in the woods. Anything that you want to do?
How much XP did I get for killing that one guy?
Let me have a look in the monster manual. It's like 25.
Do you know what? 25 still an extra 25.
25. But actually, surviving and getting through the fort, I will give you 200 XP each.
Hey.
25, yeah. 25 for the guard.
So do I get that on top?
Yeah.
Sweet. 225 experience. Boom.
Every little helps.
Does.
Cool, so that's not bad. Righty ho. You enter the forest. What are you going to do?
So I might have embellished a little bit.
I take it that wasn't Cinder still.
No. I said I embellished it a little bit.
Hack. I see. Where the hell are we?
Further away than we were.
Well, I guess we get into the woods a bit, make it travel,
we
and
basically
make some
gotta go
progress.
Northwest.
Northwest a lot.
Well,
Hopefully we don't encounter anything like that again.
Well, shall we go into the forest, travel some more, and then make camp, and then try the ring
go
again?
further into the forest and then.
We'll go in slower, I guess now.
Yeah.
Slow pace. Slow pace.
You're sitting there going, you saw my eyes going, we're going to check. Cool. You're a ranger.
No, I'm a cleric, but I'm
Cleric.
a nature domain.
Oh, nature. Sorry, there wasn't the kind of naturey thing inside it. Okay, because you're going at a slow pace, roll a nature check for this part of the woods.
Is that both of us or just?
Just the cleric.
17.
Cool. You notice that this place has actually been frequented a lot. You see a lot of tracks going around, mostly by what looks like kind of large wolves.
Okay.
You see that there are also along tracks with kind of very large footprints. They seem to be ordered in like a party.
So.
And they're
human
leading north.
footprints and animal footprints. Is that, or just wolf footprints?
Wolf and animal. So it looks like the wolves are with the people,
Okay.
almost like hunting dogs.
Yeah. Mm. Looks like a hunting party. Or something like that.
Do you think they're the hunters?
Most probably.
You see that they actually stop before the edges of the woods and not going out.
Okay, so as long as we just don't encounter them, we're all fine. I mean, what are the chances, right? If we just kind of gun it, or not, I say gun it, if we just stick to a straight pathway, it's very unlikely they're going to see us. And if they do, I'm sure that I can win with my stunning charisma and win them over to join our side.
Yes, and I can most definitely talk to the lovely animals.
That's very true.
There we go, we win. And worst case scenario, they become puppets.
Or like that poor guard you mutilated.
I did not mutilate him, he just kind of fell over.
Mm.
You freaking gave him a heart attack.
I thought there was, if memory served me right, which it doesn't, they were stronger than that last time. Admittedly, they were wearing black plate, not that.
That's very true. You've not had a good experience, a good history with a lot of the soldiers in this area, have you?
And, make things worse, they're the baddies. So, really?
I don't know, there's
I'm
been
a
a lot of
hero.
they're the baddies. Are we the baddies?
No.
Are they the baddies? Are
I-
they goodies?
I'm a hero. That's what I am. He's probably a child murderer, rapist.
Right, moving swiftly
I
on.
say a sanctimonious prayer to myself.
Yeah, you sit there and go, why am I with these people? A lot of your characters feel like that after a while, if it seems. You make your way further into the Blackwoods, and you are obviously going at a slower pace. It's about lunchtime. Can I have a sit down, have a short rest maybe?
Yeah, I'll have a short one.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Is that where I'm like, yeah, we got hit by a little bit.
I'll only expend. I'll expend one, see what I get. Okay, yeah, I'll just expend one.
3. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
So what are you wanting to do in these forests? Are you wanting to head further north?
Well, I think we just want to get a good bit of distance and then take a long rest so we can try that damned ring again.
Yeah. So we'll take a quick breather, eat our lunch, and then get up and keep moving northwest.
Okay, cool. Slow pace still?
Yeah, still slow pace. We're in no rush because we got a ring.
Ring teleporting.
That's fine. Cool. Roll a perception check.
I use my passive.
You can use your passive. No, you can
I
take.
will use my passive of 14 as well.
Cool. You hear very kind of faintly in the distance the sounds of a few twigs snapping, and the sounds of panting, and just kind of distant chatter and kind of a harsh tongue. But you recognise the voice. It's very kind of faintly in your memory. Roll history.
It's a D20.
Is it on the table?
Yeah, it's on my crotch. There we go. That's a nat 1.
Woof. You
For a 9 in total.
For a 9 in total. You recognise that you kind of think you know the voice, but you're just too far away to hear. It sounds like it's kind of getting closer to you. It's kind of following the rough direction. It's up to you. Are you wanting to prepare anything, or you want to try and divert or dodge?
I think we're being followed.
Is it coming from behind us or to the front of us?
I would say if you're heading north, northwest is coming from the north, so it's to your right.
It's alright. I think we're walking towards it. What worst case scenario? We kill them. Best case scenario, we make friends. It's a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, we'll tread it carefully, but
Yeah.
like...
I would say just take a couple more steps that way.
Yeah,
To
that's
the
fine.
west. Head more west than north, kind of thing.
All right, cool. Yeah, you had more the kind of west away. You see the trees start to open into a kind of a track. You're back on the main road.
Is this safe? Looking.
You're back on the main road towards Parsenal. So you're literally at the top left-hand corner of the Riverford Hex. So where literally just the trees are.
Yeah. I think it's safe. In my professional opinion.
It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I mean, what's your opinion? You got it. Why are you looking at me like that? I mean, main path, we just plod along. Yeah? No? Maybe?
I don't know.
Let's just follow the path.
Yeah, let's just
Can
follow the
you
path.
repeat
So
the
we're going
question?
to plod out onto the main path and just kind of follow it.
Right, cool. Answers that one. Okay. We've got 2 and call it level 7s to kind of give you an average.
Yeah, because you're level 6, I'm level 8, right? Other ends of that spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
See, I put grassland and it gives me a load of... So I use... Don John's my default kind of nice random encounter thing. It gives me some really, really weird options. Like, I put grasslands and it gives me a triceratops.
I mean,
I guess that's kind of right,
yeah.
but of all of them.
I mean, I wouldn't mind fighting Triceratops, it seems easy.
Oh, hell no. How much one of them would be used by Ryan? That thing fucking
That-
killed the party more than
that-
the freaking T-Rex.
Yeah, because we let it charge us. That's literally the first thing he's going to do is try and gore us. Cool. Okay, I'm going to throw these again. You're going at a slow pace, which means you're still going at a slow pace, I assumed. I
Yeah.
heard
We're
nothing
plodding
different.
along because we're upset.
Yeah, I think so. I'm upset because I teleported everyone to the wrong place. And
I'm upset because I got an arrow in the arm.
Cool. Okay. See 2 large shadows. You see the path stretches in a straight line for about 200 feet before it turns slightly to the left. Trees on either side kind of give it a small bit of shelter, but there's a kind of a nice sunny day. There is a sunny path, and you see 2 large shadows approaching you quickly. You quickly look up, and you see two large lion-looking beasts with human-looking faces and two large wings. Let's roll initiative, shall we?
Fuck. I don't think I'm going first. Oh. Well. We'll see what happens.
I'll do them on the same roll. All right, who goes? Who's got the highest one of you two?
I got 13.
I got 9.
Cool. Manticores go first. Let's set it up. You okay doing some drawing? If you've got the pencil. Let's move these out the way. There.
So they're going for Arlo.
Yes. Arla, you look behind you, and Arlo and Erebos have literally disappeared. There's kind of like a dust kind of cloud where they were. Faint outline, and you see kind of the brushes moving in the treeway.
Oh, what we got?
Cool. Let's do a 15-foot wide path in the centre. Load of trees.
Which way are we going? That way or that way?
Let me put up the camera onto the side so you can see what it looks like. There you go. So that's kind of what's available. So you probably want to put here as the centre of the camera. So there.
Yeah, which way you want it to go? That direction or probably that way?
Yeah.
15 foot wide, yeah?
Yep.
And then
what am I looking for?
one side with loads of trees.
Both sides of the load of trees. Tin. That's what I was looking for.
It's over here.
Oh, okay. To everyone's watching at home, hello. Merry winter.
Terrible fried egg trees.
Everyone loves a good fried egg. I'll do the manticores over here. That way I'm not stretching over. Whoop. Okay. So, manticores are flying here and here. There is probably about 50 foot between you and them.
They don't see us.
They see you.
Fuck.
That's about it, yeah.
Alright. We've got a nice new kind of setup, as you can see from today. So, obviously, let us know, as it's only the three of us. So we thought, you know what, let's take up this entire side of the screen and donate that to our top-down camera, which is literally a camera on a tripod. But it works.
Just the 3 of us.
Just the 3 of us. Cool, okay. So, in initiative order, it's the manticores first.
Shit.
And they're flying. So they're going to dive.
Just take the dive.
And they're going to dive 50 foot, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. This one will be able to make it. They literally, as they're coming in, about 10 foot left, they land. And they charge the rest. Going to come in, it does... First one it does is... Okay, fair. Comes in straight with a bite against... That's Ansem on the left. Hits.
Ow.
And then... so that is... 10 points of damage. And then 2 claw attacks. So 1 claw... Oh, this might be Player Slayer dice today. 1 claw scratches your leg as it bites into your side. And you take 9 points of slashing damage. The other manticore lands as well, charges up and goes against Artemis. One with its bite. Artemis, what have you got on you as this manticore is charging?
What am I wearing
As in, like, in your hands?
in my hands, at the minute, nothing.
Nothing. You manage to do... roll a animal handling.
Stick a thumb in its
Or
nose.
you can use nature.
Oh, no, I'll take animal handling.
Cool.
Because nature was based off intelligence for some reason, and animal handling is wisdom. So 10.
Okay.
Oh dear.
You manage to do some weird hand movement that freaks the manticore out, and it goes to bite you, but ends up tripping over itself and rolls. I'm going to roll a d20 to see how badly. It rolls kind of around. It loses one of its multi-attacks and comes in last with its claw. And misses. So it goes into bite, fucks up, rolls, loses the claw attack, and then misses its last claw.
Did you just see that?
Ah!
Oh, sorry.
Ansom's turn now.
I'm going to try and cast Mummify on the Manticore.
Yep.
Well, that one's currently like raping me. Make a strength save and fail it, please.
It is a manticore.
No idea if that's good for
what's-
strength or not. 16 is the DC.
Fails.
Oh,
Cool.
thank God for that.
It's restrained,
Okay.
and I take 2d8, I believe it is. If I can find it, there it is. Yes, you take 2d8 necrotic.
Okay.
That is 8.
Mhm.
16 necrotic.
Cool. So that's 60. That is 54.
You are restrained.
No, 52. Can't do maths.
You can do the saving throw again at the end of your turn.
Okay. Artemis.
Use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Yep.
In the shape of, like, I guess it's probably in the shape of like a moon-shaped blade or something.
Yeah, one of those like crescent blade, double-handed things.
Yep. As a part of that, it can make an attack against that. So the Spiritual Weapon is a concentration spell, so it's just going to attack that thing.
Cool. Okay.
Bonus action. Let's see if it hits. 18 plus 7.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I get a D8.
Oh yeah, that one.
So total is 7 force damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my actual action to pull out my short sword and then give it a jab in the head.
Oh okay. Roll hit. Oh
That's
no.
That's a 2 plus.
At least it's not a 1.
A 5, so 7.
No.
That was so fucking close.
At least it wasn't a 1. That's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. You go to kind of try and stab it, and it kind of backs away from you. Anything else for you?
No, that's it. I'm just, I've got the magic blade floating in the air, attacking it with my one.
Okay. So the manticore that's restrained can't come in and really attack you,
At the end of its turn, it can do a strength check again.
but you see its tail flicker, and these barbs go, and you kind of see it go, and it's going to fling 3 barbs at you.
Okay, back 12 restrained.
I think it still gets it's a ranged attack, so
I don't know.
Oh, right. If you want to see what it can do, why it's a strain.
Yeah.
I think ranged attacks are alright.
Here on your DM screen if you needed to know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You should just read this. Any creature's speed becomes 0. Any attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay.
So yeah, it has disadvantage on this. Cool. So first one. Roll that one again. Hits. Second one does not, and the third one. Again, AC 13 hits. So two tail spikes hit. So that is 8 plus 6. So that's 14 points of damage. Piercing as 2 large spikes fling off his tail. And one hits the top of your chest and one hits your side.
Okay.
They kind of look barbed and bony. The other one attacking you is going to come in with a bite and 2 claws. Bite misses, claw hits, and claw hits. So 2d6, so that's 5, and that's 7, so 12 points of damage.
Ouch. Definitely ouch.
Ansem, you see on these manticores, they both have iron band rings attached to their bottom legs, back legs. They seem to have like almost like manacles, but they've been cut. Both of them.
Asshole would set free manticores.
I don't know, but whoever it is horrible.
They're an asshole!
Goes to you, yeah.
I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on it.
Alright, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
28.
Definitely hit.
Cool. 3d10. 8. 11. 9. 20 necrotic on it.
Nice. Cool. He's looking bloodied. Anything else, Ransom?
And it will do the mummifying damage. Because he didn't break out.
Oh, I completely forgot that, yeah.
So,
That's fine. No, didn't break out.
so that is the 7 necrotic on top.
Okay.
The mummify.
Cool.
Hurry up and die, I want that mummy.
Goes to Artemis.
Spiritual sword again with the bonus action.
Yep.
15 plus 7.
Hits.
8 plus 5, so
13.
Force damage.
Cool, so whoop. 13, that would be 58, so 48, yep.
Then I'm going to use my main action to dodge.
Alright, cool. Goes to the manticores. If there's anything else you want to do?
No.
Heal
I'm
me!
just gonna-
Heal me!
Oh wait, you looking bad?
9.
Really freaking dodged.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, I'll survive it. I'm a survivor.
Roll d20. Ansem.
18.
Cool. Out of the bushes, you see Arlo appear, and he comes in against the manticore, and he's going to make 2 attacks with his greatsword. First one, he gets a plus. I've got this sheet right here, actually. Oh my god! Right, gets a plus 8 to that, so he hits. And the second one, he whiffs. So it's got 2d6 plus 5. 6. Really can't do maths today. 11 points of damage. Thank you, Arlo. He does 11 points of damage to the manticore.
And his model suddenly appears.
And he then, and then he's going to do an intimidation check to try and get his attention, which he really does well on. So the manticore is now paying attention to Arlo.
Okay.
Manticore's turn. Manticore is going to make.
Gets a disadvantage on these attacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to get a bite. Misses. 2 claws. Misses. Oh, on the edge. Misses. Cool. Goes to the other manticore. It's going to attack Artemis.
Yeah, and I'm dodging.
Cool. Bite again. So he's going to disadvantage. Let's roll that again. Disadvantage. Come on. This table's not best for rolling. What's your AC?
15.
Cool. Misses his bite. Then its claw. It's going to miss that as well. And the last one misses.
Do
Dodge
check for
helped.
The first manticore.
Oh yeah.
His little strength thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Really fails it.
Okay.
Okay. Goes to Ansem.
I'm going to Grim Scythe and hit it.
Cool. Roll the hit.
Get advantage because it's restrained. I need the advantage. 18.
Hits.
Cool. 9. No, I lie. 14 necrotic. And then it takes the.
Exactly what you needed.
Nice!
How do you kill it?
Um,
Or how do you do whatever?
so it's basically while it's got the mummification bandage in it, I literally just stab it with a grim scythe in the abdomen.
Yep.
Pull it out and watch it become a mummy.
Yep. You see the wraps and bandages slowly consume it, wrapping round and round and round, binding it closer and closer. You want to describe what happens to it as it becomes the mummy?
Basically, I'm assuming it's going to just crunch and morph it into the mummy figure. which is a bit grim. But
Yeah, you see it's kind of like its sternum and body gets crunched down to human size. Bear in mind, it's a large monstrosity. Its wings kind of hit. His figured kind of human face, luckily, kind of gets shrunken down to human size. The tail gets removed, and its legs get kind of crunched up, and it's forced into this bipedal position. Nice. Yeah. Anything else for Anson?
No. I've just rolled the mummy's initiative, and it is 5 plus whatever its thing is.
Dex. So it's 8.
So it's a 4. It's got a -1 to Dex.
Oh. Oh, because it's a mummy now.
Mummies, yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. Okay, cool. Artemis. Got this last manticore. Manticore looks very, very angry at its dead friend. That's wrapped up and looks like a human mummy. I still don't understand that, but alright.
It's fun.
That was disgusting.
It's
seriously
amazing.
disgusting.
You just hear the...
It is amazing.
I'll touch Artemis, Ansem on the shoulder, saying you are one sick person. But
It
you
worked.
look like you're a bit weary on your health there. So have a nice cure wounds for yourself.
Thank you.
6, and I'll do it at the second level. So 6 plus 5, that's 11. 8 plus another 5. Well, no, sorry, 8 just on top of that, sorry.
So 6,
11,
8, 5.
19.
Yeah.
Just 28. Boom.
Then I'll use my bonus action to cause the floating moon-shaped blade to try and slice this creature into the eyes, to blind it, to get it away.
Is that a 1? Oh dear.
Oh my god, yeah. No. Bad you. Roll fumble, I think. Has it fumbled with you?
Borrow the D100.
Yeah, roll a D100.
Oh dear.
Fumble table.
It's the number 4, exactly.
Number 4 exactly. You're embarrassed, but it does no effect. Don't... yeah, maybe not. You whiff it, and you just... The great shame that falls upon your house. Right. Manticore's turn. It's gonna...
No, it's the mummy's turn.
Mummy's turn. Sorry, yes.
The mummy is going to hit with its multi-attack that it has.
Oh. Okay.
So, starting with its rotting fist, it's 18 plus 5, 23.
Definitely hits, yeah.
There you go.
And
Money is
it
now
does
on the table. As a skeletal
2d6.
figure.
Nice.
So 2d6 plus 3 bludgeoning. So 4,
11.
11 plus 3, 14 bludgeoning. Plus
Okay.
3d6 necrotic.
34, yep.
5, 8, 13 necrotic on top.
Mm-hmm.
Succeed a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, please. Or fail it.
Pass it.
Pass it. There we go. Never mind then. And then he's going to do his dreadful glare as part of the multi-attack.
Okay.
So, Mummy targets one creature it can see within 60 foot of it.
Yep.
You. The target can see the mummy. It must succeed a DC 11 Wisdom save.
Passes.
That's cool then.
Just...
Is it?
If target first,
If it fails, it's basically
It's immune to it.
paralysed and thing, but if
Yeah.
it's immune, it
yeah, you're
passes.
immune to it now for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
That is it.
Right. Mummy's going to turn its attention on the... the Manticore is going to turn its attention to the mummy. Before I do, though, both roll a... Animal handling, nature, or intelligence.
Intelligence. Fuck. 9.
Animal handling of a 17.
Cool. Manticores should be able to talk. These aren't. These are feral. You don't know why.
it, we're
They
gonna
should
kill
be
it.
able to
We're
talk.
always
They should be able to
magical.
talk and converse with humans. These are beasts. You have no idea why.
These are assholes.
Cool. He's going to turn his attention. He's going to get. It takes 3 of its spikes, and it's going to whip its tail and aim all the mummy. Mummy's AC, please.
It's 11.
All right. 1 misses. 1 hits. 1 misses. Mummy takes. Oh my god, I'm like crap now. 4 points of damage.
4. Is it? What is it?
Piercing.
Piercing. Non magical.
Yep.
Cool. 2.
What have I done?
Don't worry. By the end of the fight, the mummy will die.
That's a good thing, though.
It's great. You just got to get the thing killed first.
Right. Okay, goes to Anson. We'll go to Arlo at this point. Arlo goes, you got this, and fucks off back into the forest. You smell like the whiffs of like bacon being cooked. You assume by Erebos.
Alright, I'm gonna hit Manticore with my Grim Scythe.
Yep, roll ahead.
25.
Definitely hits.
8 necrotic.
Okay. I'll leave it with. No, it won't. Cool. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Artemis.
I'll use my bonus action for the sword first.
Mm-hmm. Hits.
Yeah. 6 force damage.
Okay. And yourself? He's looking very, very weary. It's on his last legs and looks like he's trying to back out very, very soon.
Okay, I'm going to ready my action then if it looks like it's going to back away. I'll ready up a spell.
Okay, you're going to ready up a spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mummy's turn.
Mummy's turn.
Mummy's gonna hit it. Mummy probably won't. 7.
To hit.
Yeah.
No.
Mummy
Anything
hits.
else?
Sorry?
What else can the mummy do?
His mummy attack is Mummy can use its dreadful glare.
Can't do
and
that
make one
'cause it's...
attack with its roaring fist and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's already immune to the dreadful glare. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Goes to the Manticore. The Manticore is going to disengage and bolt it.
Cool.
You want to use your reaction?
Yep.
Go
When it
for
gets to about there, I just go, guide and bolt.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
8 plus 7,
15.
15.
15 to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does, yeah?
It hits. How much damage?
46.
46. Oh my god.
Oh hell, let's do it at 3rd level just for the joke.
Okay, how many d6 is that?
6.
66. You realise that literally if you get a 1 on all of these, even getting a 1 on all of these,
He's dead.
just. Oh, that's a lot of 6s.
Wow.
That's
It was wanted to be dead.
What sort of damage is the guiding bolt? Is that lightning?
Pure radiant light, basically.
Cool. Yeah, you explode the Manticore into kind of radiant light. Kind of small ashes of flesh kind of fall to the ground. Smells
Totally
incredible.
worth the 3rd level spot. Totally worth the 3rd.
Worth.
Yeah,
Sounds
you've
like
solved my Manticore puzzle.
I don't think we solved it.
Yeah.
I think we just went, fuck it, kill it.
You get 433 XP. I'm going to give some to Arlo because he's not here. So I'm going to remind him to add
133, yeah?
433. Yeah. So, Jay, if you're watching, 433 when you get back next week, or the week after. Yes, because that will equal the amount.
I don't like those things.
No.
Can we not find them again, please?
Yeah. Let's not.
You want to continue along the road, yeah?
Okay, right, well, first of all, right, Mummy, I command you to walk down that road, like,
Back to the...
back towards the camp.
Yeah.
It probably won't make it back there. But
How long? Does it last an hour?
No, that one doesn't last an hour. I think that
10
one.
minutes.
It is something like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you sort of crumble. But you can walk down the road and
10 minutes.
who knows, you might pass a traveller.
Yeah, basically, run down there as fast as you can towards it. It speeds 20 foot, so I probably won't make it there in time. But we just gun it that way, and then
Cool.
after 10 minutes, it would just disappear.
You see, yeah, you see the kind of the mummy just.
No, even better. Run over there, wherever. Run past there, and then keep going.
Cool. Okay, so it runs across. You kind of hear it kind of shambling into the woods, and you kind of go hear this. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, it's got. And he hears. As you assume Erebos has quite crunched it in half.
Yeah.
Some birds come and fly out of the treetops.
700 XP to Erebos.
Yeah. Yeah, Erebos, if you're watching,
So if you kill the one before the time limit ends,
make sure you add it
you
onto
get
your
the
XP.
I think that's cheating.
Oh.
Because
It would
in
be
theory,
fun,
like as an necromancer, you just raise loads of undead breath, stab, XP, stab.
That's
stab,
true.
stab,
Its XP would be 0. Wait, that's the thing from Oblivion, wasn't it? When you used to, you get the
Yes.
staff, and you
What
get the.
Dead
if you
breath.
force it to fight yourself?
That's just
If you
being
turn it
an
aggro.
idiot.
Mm.
No, you're just being an idiot at that point. Like,
Not gonna lie,
Yourself?
you
If
can
I
make a
lost
very
concent-
good kind of arena.
So, just throwing it out there, if I had lost concentration of that spell whilst having the mummy active, it would have
gone hostile.
wild.
Yeah, and I don't really want to be a part of that glaring effect. I don't really
You
want to be
don't-
paralysed for an
you don't
entire
want-
minute or something.
What you don't
And
want
then
is the
lose
fucking
my
mummy
health.
rot. Mummy rot's the thing you've got to be afraid of.
Actually, no, I wouldn't be too afraid of that because lucky I just got removed curse as a spell slot, didn't I?
Oh dear.
So you continue along the road once Erebos and Arlo have joined you.
Where's that manticore corpse? Could try to resurrect it and see what would happen.
It's up to you.
But because it blew up.
You got the last one. Oh, it's a mummy now, isn't it? So
So
don't worry.
mummy
It's now decapitated.
Obliterated. The other one got obliterated by lightning. You go, There goes the option of having like flying manticore mounts.
You had the option of
just
bloody
killed them with
wyverns,
two
and that was
opposite
taken away.
sides of life force.
Sorry?
You realise we just killed them both with two opposite sides of life force.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I just powered it full of life and blew it up, and you just drained the living hell out of it.
I made it.
It's like the
better.
ultimate odd couple.
Yeah.
I made it better. I
Right.
took the enemy
Fuck
and
me.
improved upon it.
Okay. You continue along the road, heading
Crushed
towards.
it into a man-shaped thing. It was disgusting.
It
Heading
was-
towards
it was probably
Parsenal.
beautiful and poetic.
The sun is starting to set,
Oh, we should probably find
and you're
shelter.
still on the main road. So what are you doing?
We should probably veer off to one of the sides and hide in the shade of the night.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes. Most definitely.
It's about 8 o'clock, I would say.
Okay.
We stop off for a long rest, and once that's done, we can then try and poof out the next morning. If that doesn't work,
Erebos and Arlo going to sleep. So who's going to do first and second watch? Bear in mind that I think only either of you need 4 hours, because
Yeah, I only need 4 hours.
yeah.
so you can one of us going to do the first watch and one
Do
person
you
can do
want
the
to
last
do the
watch.
first watch, and I'll do the last watch. Because I think
Yeah,
it's,
okay.
it's darkest.
Odds and evens.
One question though.
Yeah.
We're heading back to this place in the morning. We're trying the ring again. Is there anyone there that you might know?
No.
Anyone you know that lives there? Anyone you know that?
No, I passed through there.
Okay.
I don't know people there.
Is there anyone that Arlo or Erebos knows who lives there?
Apparently, this thing was meant to be linked to your arcana, like knowledge. So
Roll. You know the DM person. You know the person who should be there.
yeah, but what if they're not there? I'll be teleporting to. Okay, but yeah, you know that's a better idea. Is that way we? Yeah.
You're sitting there going, hold on.
Just talking it out to myself and go, oh no, yeah, might as well just teleport to the person, not the place.
Okay.
The person may not be at the place, but we don't need to be at the place if we're with the person.
Exactly. Do you know who this person is? Can you give me a good general description of them?
Why do you need a description of them? Are you jealous of them?
No, because basically I can just generally talk to them in the morning if you want me to.
It's brand.
You want to talk to Brand? Do I know who
That's who
Brand
we
is?
mean. Yeah.
You've seen her around in the
I know
forge.
what
She was there in the
visually looks
meeting.
like, yeah.
Yeah, you've
That's
seen
fine, that's
her.
all I need to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wait until the long rest is over, and we'll be going straight there without a doubt.
Okay then.
Okay.
Cool. First night's watch.
So you do first, I'll do second.
Okay. Ansem crashes out. Erebos is snoring. Arlo purrs like a cat for some reason.
Okay.
Not a nice cat, like a pug-like cat. And I'm gonna try some different monsters. I found one's just come up, and I haven't actually used this one, so I'm gonna try and see how this works. I'm gonna try and put it into the 144. So everyone at home who wonders how the hell the random encounter works.
Guy.
Oh, you're talking about Trio? Yeah, it tells you lightning bolt for Guy being a Grinch.
What did I do? I wrapped my present.
Oh, I should put like a GIF on with it. There's like snow, like falling snow. Oh well.
Bit late now.
Too late now. Okay, I have no idea how these are going to go in, so I don't care. I'm just going to put them in. And so you... Actually, yeah, I know it. So you make camp under this large willow tree. And as the night kind of starts setting in, you see the willow tree starts to glow in this kind of like bioluminescence of its petals. Roll some nature checks, some arcana checks, whoever wants to do anything.
Oh wait, was this when I'm on the sleep? So
No, this is before you go to sleep.
Cool. Arcana is a 25.
Okay, you obviously find out that this tree is very special. It acts like a kind of like a charging place for the world's magic, and it pumps magic in from various places in the kind of in the planar verse. So you see, it's you can get like a strong sense of different types of magics pumping through these things: good, bad, weird, fey, and it seems to almost change like seasons.
That's all cool.
Um,
I'm meant to know that.
yeah, you kind of get like a heightened kind of ability. So I'll say +1 on any arcana you do under this. Same with you as well. But you have never seen this tree before. You have no idea what it's kind of capable of. But you just know that it kind of has this magical tendency to it.
Yeah, nice.
Was this a tree?
This large willow tree that kind of like glows in bioluminescence.
You weren't paying attention, were you?
No, I'm thinking. Does
Trying to
it
work
look,
it out.
How old does it look?
I would say it looks quite old. However, the tree almost looks like different parts of it are different ages. Like one trunk kind of spindles out in this horrible kind of gnarly blackened wood. Looks very, very old. And you've got other tendrils that are very kind of beautiful and green. And some of them almost look like representing different places where it's tuning to various types of magic. But then they start warping into different things. It's constantly changing slowly.
Neat.
But you get like some sort of almost aura of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna meditate by it.
Oh,
If it
How many of
starts
these
eating
two?
me,
Yeah, 2 of them will
so
go out.
far.
I'll sit towards facing it.
Well, you're meant to be on watch.
Yeah, I am on watch, but I'm just going to watch this thing for a while.
No, but like, I don't think that's
I'm
how watch
going to
works.
watch this thing for a while. So I'm going to watch this thing for a while.
Did you want me to go on first watch?
No, I'm just going to watch this thing for a while.
Why?
You go to sleep. It's alright, I've got ears, I can listen now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sit in front of you. So if anything goes for me, you should see it.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna sit down.
So you're gonna sit,
And I'm gonna meditate for my 4 hours.
sit, meditate in front of this beautiful willow tree. Where's the rubber gone? There you go. So there's the rubber. If you want to draw out a nice little willow tree, you kind of like this You're going to meditate. You're going to stay and actually look around. You see kind of little bumps around this willow tree that you just think is little kind of rises. You don't really see too much.
Passive perception.
That's passive perception.
Passive investigation.
What's your passive investigation? 17?
23.
23. It will require you going up and doing something.
Okay.
And like taking up the dirt. So I would say you wouldn't be able to do passive. It's
Okay.
not in front of you. So if you want to actively do something before you meditate, you have to roll it.
That's fine. I'll just go and meditate.
Okay. So you see this tree kind of sway and glow with like there's not very much of a wind, so it seems to move a bit more erratically than it should. And it kind of calms down a bit as the wind calms down. Okay. So so you rolled it. The willow, you're just going to sit in front of this tree. As you're just staring at the tree as it kind of glows and moves like an angel.
I'm staring at the tree with an anthem in front because I'm deliberately in front of her line of sight, so nothing can jump.
So you're staring into each other's eyes.
Well, I'm
Oh
bit
no, like,
romantic.
he's sitting like there, and I'm.
Oh, you're sitting next to it.
I'm sitting. Well, I guess like next to him. Well, yeah, just next to him, but facing the tree.
Okay.
the worst watch ever.
It's alright. I've got a passive of 19. I can hear things.
So as this tree kind of goes around, you see.
That good enough for you?
That's a beautiful willow tree. That fried egg looks delicious. Just need some bacon and some hash browns with it. There we go. That's beautiful.
That's the bacon shaped. The
Kind of like a fallen log.
Fallen log.
What's going to be the hash browns? Let's do some boulders, maybe?
Boulders.
Boulder
of
hash
baked
browns?
Beans, baked bean boulders.
Yep, nice. Oh, and borrow the pen once you're done. So that's our baked bean boulders. And then I'm going to put some... you know those hash browns you get from Burger King? I only recently discovered those. Like tiny little hash browns. Delicious. Really serious. I'm just going to draw a little fancy plating. Like this is Gordon Ramsay level painting. Okay? Like a smear of kind of green peas. These are the bumps. The tree kind of moves and sways. This kind of gentle rocking motion. Make a wisdom saving throw as you're watching the tree slowly sway side to side.
Does it look like it's trying to charm me?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's a charm. I wouldn't say. I guess it would be a charm. Yeah, you get advantage. Goddamn trials.
So wisdom on that would be a 25 in total.
Fuck. Okay, yeah. So you see this tree swaying and swaying, and you kind of feel yourself going, ooh, hold on a second. And,
That's no moon.
You see the center of the tree kind of flicker and bulge slightly as the bark seems to kind of expand. And instead of the tree bark opening, these two large, so what are those? I'm going to use these wargs again. Good old Lord of the Rings. Oh no. These two... Oh, it was there. Large snails come out of the tree with these huge, large tentacles on the top of its head.
Flail
Flail. Everyone at home.
Flail snail.
Fucking flail snails.
What the fuck's a flail snail?
Flail snail means bad times.
These
Could
two
be both me and you, bad times, very bad times.
glowing elemental snails come out with these kind of strange flails on top of its head. Let's roll initiative. As
oh, God's sakes.
Ansem would immediately go last
Yeah, okay. Well,
But,
then. Why do I roll?
because it would require Artemis to kind of budge you. Arlo and Erebos soundly asleep, and you see the stones. These patches of grass seem to glow in a bit of light.
See this. I'm sleeping.
Artemis sees this. Cool. They have got this much health, and they got fuck all, to be honest. What did you get?
Me, I got 12.
Yeah. So you go first. As these two large snails come out,
Well, I've got 16 if that matters for anything.
you're still asleep. Unless you want to make
I'm going to count
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we can count it. Definitely. I think.
So I immediately, while sitting there, just go, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
What?
Turn around, have a look.
What the hell are those?
I don't know, but they came out the tree.
Yep, they slowly move to you. They're kind of their shells are glowing this blue, turquoise, green, continuously changing.
The snails.
Yep.
How fast are they moving?
Slow, like 10 foot every 6 seconds.
Do you want to take a couple steps back? Wait, just literally.
They're
get a
big
trail-
snails.
Get a trail of salt. Has anyone actually got a salt on them?
Ooh. I have a priest pack. Is there salt in a priest pack?
Salt's expensive, man. You know how they have to go to get salt.
And if it
Apart
saves
from the
our
ocean.
life, then it's worth every goddamn piece.
There's no salt in a priest pack.
Shit.
There's no. Of course, there's no salt. Do you think the priests? They're not going to season their food.
Well, I'm just kind of thinking maybe they have it for like exorcisms.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes
Be
sense.
gone, snail.
Be gone, evil spirit.
I don't have,
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Evil spirit, snail, burn.
Casting it over a crock pot. Be gone, evil spirit.
Do you have like a,
Yes, seasoning,
like
herbs,
cleric subsidy or something like that?
Okay, so here's my concept idea here.
Okay.
I'm going to
Well, you probably want to do.
I'm going to hold a spell and wait for everyone to move and get up and get away. So I'm going to use my action to wake up Arlo and, well, not action, just my minor action, just to wake them up, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And move back about, let's say here with them. Let's just say that's
There.
awoken somewhere over there.
Yep.
Just waking them up, moving back. I'm going to wait for Ansem to move back over here with me.
Okay.
And I'm readying up a spell.
Okay. Ansem, because you got a higher
Initiative.
initiative than they did, I'll let you go.
Fucking.
As these things are getting closer, I'll move them 5 foot. Put some pressure on you.
What the fuck are those?
They're continuously moving forward, and they look like they're starting to get a bit more aggressive.
Okay.
I
cast my spell now.
What are you gonna cast?
Plant growth.
What?
Okay. So
I'm just gonna try and mummify one of them.
that's just reducing its speed, isn't it? Or is it-
Oh wait, no. That's the horrible one.
So I choose a direction where it's up to a distance of 150 feet away,
Mhm.
but I'm choosing it so it's a 100 foot. Essentially, it's a 100 foot radius, and the radius ends here where Arlo and.
So you're gonna
Cerebus
cast
is.
it.
But I'm actually going to centre it on this area here, but lead us a perfect little route back to the road that we're perfectly fine on, and everything else within that area has to spend 4 feet of movement for each 1 foot it moves.
Basically,
So
it's moving
this
a
is
square per turn.
Yeah, can it move a square per turn?
Well, it moves 2 squares per turn, but it can only.
So it moves 10 feet, so it has to spend 4 feet to move 1 foot. So-
It's 2 foot per turn.
Yeah, so it can't even move a square.
Cool.
What a
By the way, that's permanent.
Oh.
Right, let's find another spot, right?
I kind of want to kill it.
I kind of don't.
Did it blow up? There's an
Um,
arcana on these things.
So I'm just reading something
So
because
there's a
a bunch of
nice
also
little
throws
group
any creature
like
making a
this.
spell attack against a creature. If a snail attack,
There's a nice little route like this.
that's fine because it's not a
leading
direct
back
thing.
to the
It's not-
road, and that is all difficult terrain. But it's all difficult terrain up until the road is a 100 foot radius, so 200 foot diameter.
Can I
Cool.
do an arcana on these things?
Seriously.
Yes.
Difficult terrain.
That is 18. Do I get a +1 arcana for this place?
Um,
Or was that only just a little thing before the rest?
look, I would say it doesn't help with knowing things. It's just the magical, and that's the magic
18.
in it. So the plants that you summon are a bit bigger than they normally would be.
Yeah, they're huge.
18.
Yeah,
just-
but they're bigger than they would be.
Ooh.
So they're like a bit thicker. It's almost like
18.
Mario Goes miniature land.
18.
18. You know that the snail shells have magical properties, and they sell for a lot.
Oh, shells.
But they have magical properties.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we can just like kill the resurrection as an undead and get him to step in? You give me that look of uncertainty. I'm joking, we won't kill our ally. But I do need a way of getting to those things without actually shooting it. We have any chance you got a crossbow?
Crossbow. No, I got a short bow.
How about a rapier?
No, I got a short sword.
I could use that, but I don't really want to. Because short sword means I'm getting close to it.
Why don't you cast a spell at it and see what happens?
I like the way you said that. I was like, do it! Do the thing!
I'm quite short on spell slots at the moment.
So am I.
I'm so absolutely spanking it on everything beforehand.
That's why we kind of move away from these horrible big slug things.
I kind of want to see what happens to it.
Got a cantrip.
I have several.
Try one of them.
Okay, yeah, why not? I'm going to try and cast Chill Touch on one of them.
Oh, yes. Cool. Cool. Yeah, what do you want to do? Roll? Is it roll to hit?
I
Or?
roll to hit, yeah.
Okay.
27.
Cool. It hits. So, something, obviously, if the snail succeeds at saving throw, or the spell attack misses, an additional effect may occur. So, that's fine. Oh, okay. Roll it again.
Again?
X, you get disadvantage.
Oh. Shit, that's a 1.
Oh, yes!
Oh, no!
Right, cool. Because you get a 1, you're going to roll 2d6, and you're going to take the highest.
That'll be 6.
Right. You know exactly what's about to happen. So everyone at home, the flail snail has a special little chart here. So I'm just going to pop this. I don't know if you go to if you've got Volo's guide, turn to 144. So I'm just going to read this. So if the snail succeeds on its saving throw against a spell or the spell attack misses, an additional effect may occur, as determined by rolling a d6. I got you to roll twice because I got a 1. On a 5 to a 6, the snail's shell converts some of the spell's energy into a burst of destructive force. Each creature within 30 feet of the snail must make its DC 15 Constitution saving throw, taking 1d6 force damage per level of the spell on a failed save, or on half much. So how much was what spell?
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip. Okay. Well, it's just going to do a
Zero.
It's going. Well, no, it's going to do a blanket
Yeah.
1d6. So everyone make a. If you're within 30 feet, DC 15.
We are all within 30.
And the other snail's going to do it, which means it passes.
16.
Pass.
Constitution.
Yep.
Damn.
Pass. Alright. Everyone takes 6 points of damage. Halve it if you fast it.
What type of damage?
It
Force.
would be.
It says force, doesn't it?
Yeah. Force damage. Flail snail number 2 is going to take 3 points. So that's 49. Can't do maths today.
How much damage was that? 6?
6 if you failed, yeah. So these flail snails,
Huh.
and I'm going to say
Again.
it causes some clearance in the plant growth,
Yeah.
but it causes the plants start reconstructing themselves. Okay. See how this fight turns out, and start it up. Flail snail's turn now, so they're going to move that 1 square.
You mean the 2 foot because they can't even enter the square yet?
Oh yeah. Half a square. It goes to Artemis.
You really want
Wait, they were at the end of the round, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Wait, if they were
Yeah,
at the end
because
of the round,
imagine it just going me, you because of quick go coming back in for me waking
Yeah.
you up, then them, and then it's gone back
Back to
round.
you.
So it should be you now.
it should be me now
And then
again,
me.
and then
Because
it's
don't forget you got
the
16.
16
Remember.
is my initiative.
Yeah, but I was saying,
So
Yeah,
or am I just going before the snails?
Before the snails.
Alright.
That was the point, basically.
Okay. I don't want to be close to these things, dude.
I want to keep doing it. I want to kill one of these things and get its shell.
You know, the shell seems to be glowing with this magical energy, so you're sitting there going,
I want that.
it's good.
Okay.
Imagine just having like, I don't know.
In that case, I'll stand there and
You
I'll
know,
cast
yeah.
guiding bolt at one of them.
Okay.
But I'm really close.
Roll a hit. You get disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so either way, it was either a 20 or a 22.
Oh, yeah, you hit. So no magical effects happen. Is that on Flail Snail or number 1 or 2?
The same one that was hit last time, I guess.
Okay, number 1. Oh, number 2.
4, 8, 10, 11 radiant damage.
So you've attacked Flail Snail number 2.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just change them around. 2 and 1. Okay. That's Flail Snail number 2. How much damage was it, sorry?
11 radiant.
11 radiant. Cool. 38. Damn, those flail snails. I'm gonna really mess up saying that at some point. Those snail flails are taking a good beating. Taking a good beating indeed.
Only one person's hit them. I triggered a nuke. Well, not a nuke, but a bomb.
Yeah. Make a. Cool. You're done. So I'm just reading the extra bits about the flail snails. It's really good. I really like this creature.
Chill touch.
Right. Roll a hit. Disadvantage.
Flower snail too. 28 or 29.
I remember the days when it was difficult to get close to a 20.
Yeah.
Not a level 8, you don't. Cool, yeah. You hit. That's Flail Snail 2, yeah? Or Flail Snail 1?
2. 11 necrotic on it.
11 necrotic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it can't heal.
It can't heal. Alright, okay. The snail's turn. You see the shell of Flail Snail number 2 starts glowing. This amazing dazzled light. It's within 30 foot. It's bright light. And then obviously after that it's 30 feet of dim light.
Okay, we're in the dim light zone.
And if you can see the snail, you just have a disadvantage on attack rolls against it.
But we already got disadvantage.
If obviously, yeah. In addition, you need to make a DC. Sorry, you need to make a Wisdom saving throw, please. So both of you,
This is charming.
because you are no.
Shit.
Because you are. Oh, you're not within it. Sorry. So whoever's within 30 foot. Sorry.
We're both just out of the 30 foot.
Just out.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're
I'm on
technically
it.
in it. You're
I'm
on
on
it.
it.
Just in
I'm
it.
out of it.
Okay, so you just do the Wisdom saving throw then.
So it's 7.
Okay.
I rolled disadvantage, it's broken.
Yeah. Cool. You're stunned
I'm stunned.
until the light ends.
I got flashbang.
Mhm. The other
Just
one.
in the wrong order.
The other one is going to continue trying to move forward, and it's going to move the rest of that. So that's Flail Snail number 2. So that's Flail Snail number 1. Moves the rest of that half a bloody square they can move, thanks to plant growth. It goes up to Artemis.
So is he just standing there like that?
His eyes are literally, you just see just white as his eyes are like blinded.
It's
He's just all pupil actually. It's all black eye.
Like ready for action, and he's just.
Oh.
It's like when the acid just hits you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab him
And pull him back.
pull him back over to about here. That's my movement basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say you're kind of like pulling him back. Your legs kind of fumble beneath you. Anything else for Artemis?
No, that's pretty much my action, I guess, isn't it?
Yep.
Grab him and pull him away from the binding light.
Okay. You're stunned, so you're incapacitated for the round. You are out of the 30 foot. So I would say that after obviously this round's out, but as you get pulled out, next round you're back in.
Okay.
The snail, however, moves closer. Whole half a fucking. Still going. You start to see as they come out, they're leaving this magical aura, which is causing the plants to get bigger and bigger behind you. I want to get another creature out for that.
Trapped between two snails. And not being able to move past the fucking plant growth.
You see the plant growth appearing beneath your feet, starting to spread out as you're in this magically contained area.
We need to follow this path immediately. We need to get out of here now.
Anyone who's watching has got a good kind of suggestion for a crazy ass plant creature, let me know. I'm trying to think of one.
You could either have the blights.
Yeah, that's what I was
the
thinking.
Trent, or you could go with that corpse thing in that Mordenkainen's book, I think, is it? The corpse plant.
Yeah, that's what I was. A corpse plant, I think, may be the good idea. I was thinking of just a blights, but.
Isn't there like a wood woad in that one?
Possibly. Let me have a look. Forest.
Snail's ass. Well, we're trying, but it's winning.
Creatures.
Like
Corpse flower.
Like, just so we're clear. Well,
It's very powerful, though. That's the problem.
There were 20 of them, and there were dragons.
Yeah, there were flying dragons.
Magical dragons imbued with a mystical tree of all the elemental realms.
That were dropping snails like bombs on
That were dropping bombs.
Yeah, bomb snails.
Bombs.
Bomb snails.
Bombs. There was no snails.
They were okay, like the bombs looked like snail shells.
No, they were dragons with anti-magic scales.
Just
Okay, I'll go with that.
the Great War in the Shadowlands.
That,
Carry on.
When we tell people about this, it wasn't we lost to stuff.
I've just realised as well, like you were stunned by that bright light and you have sunlight sensitivity. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
That's gonna really hurt.
Have you ever put night vision goggles on and someone shone a torch in your face?
Yeah.
It's like that.
I'm imagining it like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. You are like drooling.
Yeah.
I literally got
What?
flashbang.
What are you doing?
Snail. It's your turn, I think.
I thought you were just getting the creature out.
Oh yeah, this is me just looking. But
Is it
you see this thing slowly appearing.
I am dragging you as far away as we can.
Oh, yeah, what?
It's over there somewhere.
Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get a tree
Following
in.
the pathway route that I made back to the road.
Straight line.
Okay.
Cool.
This
Yeah.
one was like fireball.
I'm doing a gross version of a treant. This thing starts appearing out, made of these twisted vines. Picks up the flail snails. It's almost like eyes. You
What
see the
the
willow tree powering at all,
Fuck.
and the plants appearing under your feet.
Okay. If I just dragged him there,
Mhm.
where's the creature? So just
It's where's our Fomorian? Let's just change that out, shall we? There we go. That is the poor Arlo. Arlo's like woken up one. Oh fuck.
right. I leave him there.
Yep.
Then I use the rest of my movement. Come back in.
Yep. This overhead camera actually works quite well. I like it. Right. What's the plan?
I'm going to ready my action for when he gets closer.
Cool.
By 5 foot more.
So everyone at home, the massive kind of Fomorian giant thing, just imagine that to be a huge treant-sized vined creature using the two snails as almost like eyes. It kind of lumbers towards you all, kind of pulling the vines. You hear them snapping as it moves out. You see it picking up one of the rocks from the ground on the right-hand side, and you see the rock glowing in the moonlight, and it's going to hurl it towards you.
Okay, I speak in Sylvian to it. We mean you no harm.
Where does it go?
When does it go?
Yeah.
Flower Snail's turn. But it's your turn now, isn't it?
Yeah. I was just double checking that before, like.
Cool. It's not actually going to throw it on your on
It's
this
ready.
turn. It's getting ready. Yeah. You say it means you no harm.
We mean you no harm, spirit of the natures, of the woods.
You hear kind of this dulcet tone of a. What's it? You bring me to this world, corrupt, evil world. And you see as he talks, the vines move as a kind of like a pseudo mouth,
What's he saying?
and you hear him goes, "Corrupted are the ways of man."
As you can see, I'm clearly not a man.
What are you saying?
You bring me forth. You resurrect me from my sleep, and
Yes, to help us be rid of these horrible, nasty snails, and you seem to have done that.
What are you saying?
you see.
I'm telling it, it's a really nice tree person, and we should treat it with a
Stop
lot of
flirting with
respect.
it!
You then see these snails react to him, and you see the shell start to pulsate in these weird kind of colours, and you hear him cry out in pain, going "Argh!" And then you hear this kind of monotone kind of we will kill you. Take your energy for our own. You will power our life force.
Is that still in the Sylvian?
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
They want to kill us, grab our life force, and basically like eat us, I guess.
You see
I
the.
think they're
that's the
controlling the
response.
weird.
So do you want us to target snails?
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, can I do my reaction with my?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I do my channel divinity to charm a plant creature. You got to make a wisdom save.
Oh God. Got 22.
That's alright.
That's good.
Is there any other plant creatures and animals nearby
Um,
that are within 30 feet of them?
is it plant creature?
Well, it's
No, I would say no plant creatures. I'll say this one is just the main big one. There's like a willow tree and some grass, but they're not really creatures, are they? I don't think. You see this willow tree kind of starting to sway and bend. And you snap into a bit of life. I would say you get disadvantage on any ranged things as your vision's very, very blurry.
sure you got disadvantage anyway.
No, there you go. That's true.
I'm thinking we might want to run.
Oh, Shambling Mound would have been good. But it's the exact same. Actually, I'm going to switch it to a Shambling Mound.
Okay.
Cool. So it's not this large tree. It is. It's like this large tree ant, but it's more viney. Shambling Mound works. Bang. Cool, Garen. I'll say it keeps the Sylvan.
Okay.
Cast Chill Touch on Snail 2 on one, and specifically the eye on Snail 2.
Cool. Fail Snail 2.
Yeah. And 14 plus 25.
That's with disadvantage.
That is with disadvantage. The other
Yep.
one was 17.
Cool.
Plus whatever.
Yeah. Roll a hit. Listen, roll a hit. Roll the damage.
8 necrotic.
Cool. You hear it kind of cry out in pain. It's going to make a roll. You see it kind of almost go up to reach the snail, and then its hands forced back, and it shambles towards you. It's
Did you
got
summon that?
takes the rock in its hand.
We're friends here. You've seen me
I
summon
may have summoned it, but I think that there's some magic going on that brought it into this place.
So you summoned it.
Yeah.
Get the snails.
Oh, he's still got half a movement, isn't it?
Anything in that, well, I wouldn't think he would be half movement.
So half.
Unless you're saying that they're really, really tall. But
I'd say it's a huge creature for this one because I'm using the Fomorian.
Very close.
So it literally is ripping out all the vines. As soon as it goes down, it takes more vines into it and rips them up. So it's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting closer, but it can't move so quickly. It can also swim. Never realised that.
Yeah, the Shambling Mound's is a swamp creature.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's
That's
absolutely
crazy.
terrifying.
Cool. It's going to.
It's right there.
I know.
I can't actually get any closer. It goes up to Artemis.
Fucking move!
Yeah, I'm gonna bolt it that way.
We're gonna let's do a chase scene, shall we?
Yep. I'm bolting that, mate.
Cool.
I'm gonna run, but I'm still gonna try. Thing is, I can't outrun it.
It's 2 chase scenes today.
Why can't you outrun it?
I'm still at half speed.
It can move 20 feet.
I move 15.
This is gonna be a
I'm
good
at
chase
half
scene.
speed.
This is gonna be
basically,
really
I'm
good.
basically moving and then
250.
going. Chill touch on snail 2. Chill touch on snail 2. Chill touch on snail 2. Fucking die!
Cool. Right.
Oh dear. Okay.
You're running back, and as soon as you start turning, this shambling mound gets onto all fours, screams this horrible roar, and then starts pouncing after all of you.
This is why I should have gone for one of those fucking manticores. If I had one of those, I could be flying right now.
Yeah. Probably. Well, this is the thing. I give you creatures that you can literally use as a mount, and somehow they always get killed or get attacked.
If it was killed just normally and there was a body, I could have had an undead manticore, which would have been even better because it fits with my theme. Unfortunately, they both blew up or were crushed.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
I
sad
was half expecting the
reoccurrence.
second one to survive, not get obliterated into light. Which doesn't sound like the best thing to do, really.
Yes, maybe so.
That side.
Right.
Yeah, I'm running. I wish you as much luck as possible, but I have no spells to help you. And as much as you're a nice guy, Ansem, I'm going that way.
Erebos,
I'll follow you.
as you turn, Erebos and Ally just go and start bolting it.
Don't worry, I've got the ring.
Erebos picks you up, comes back, picks you up, and throws you over his shoulder.
Oh my god.
So he's going to make all the checks,
Because he's moving faster as well.
but you're going to. That means I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
give you his sheet
He's got 40 feet of movement.
and follow. Where's? There you go. So you're going to use his main stats, which is on the other page. Right, let's roll some, shall we?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I totally dart dash that 60 foot. If it's difficulties terrain, then obviously I'm using the path that I made for us. That was not all that stuff straight for the road.
Okay. So you are going back along the main path. You feel the creature kind of slam down on the ground, causing the earth to fall beneath your feet. Make a dexterity saving throw.
It's for both of us.
Artemis.
19 plus 2.
Cool. You manage to kind of keep your footing and continue running. I do the same for Erebos as well. He gets an advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yes.
As long as he can hear or see it.
Yeah, he can hear this thing.
15.
Yeah, he's fine. He stumbles a bit, and you kind of feel him rocking. Because he's firing and carrying you, as he's running, you see the shambling mound just running, like, after you.
Shoot it with chill touch.
Ma- Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to shoot
You can
snail
go beep, beep.
too. Basically, I'm the turret on the
This is the
fucking
point.
tank.
If you take out, you've got to try and take out the snails before this thing catches up to you.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and take out snail too.
Cool.
So disadvantage on it, so nat 20 or 15.
Cool. 15. I think hits. Got rid of it by accident. Let's have a look.
That's really upsetting that the nat 20 missed. Because I have to roll the disadvantage.
Yeah.
What was the? What was it?
15.
Nope.
No.
Roll d6.
3.
Oh, nothing happens. You take it misses. You hit it, kind of misses. Goes over the creature. The shambling mound
Steady
continues and moves on. Let's make another check. Right. Some uneven ground in front of you. You've got the muddy path. Roll dexterity acrobatics check to navigate the area.
18.
Pass.
22.
Pass. Make your way through. Shambling mounds continue.
Can I
Continue on.
attempt a second?
Yep.
13. So d6.
Mhm.
6.
Right. It's going to
It'd blow up again.
blow up again. So the creature was probably just in range of 30 feet as you started the chase. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. Within 30 feet of it. So it's going to, the big mound going to take a load of damage as this thing. So make a Constitution saving throw, please, for both of you.
3.
And that was Anthem.
That was Anthem, yeah.
Yep. And for Erebus.
5. Wait, it's saving throw.
Yeah.
It's even higher than that, sorry. It's 8.
8. Even then. Right.
Yeah.
That was a cantrip, wasn't it?
It's a cantrip.
Cool. Erebus, so you're going to take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
As you passed it.
I didn't.
You failed it, sorry.
Both of them have failed.
Both have failed. Okay, so Ansem takes 5 points of damage. Erebus is going to get disadvantage on the next chase. So there's no point doing health.
There's no, yeah, okay.
Right. Okay. With the blast of the explosion of magical energy, Erebus swerves into a thicket of bushes, kind of off the patch. You need to make a dexterity saving throw as loads of vines with very harsh thorns.
It would be disadvantaged, but it gets advantage. It flats out to 1
Yep,
roll.
flats up to 1 roll.
7.
Oh, okay. Ansem, you're going to take 1d10 worth of damage. And he's going to get disadvantage on his next. Cool, you take 4 points of damage. And Erebus is going to get disadvantage on the next roll. Let's do Artemis's thing. More uneven ground, dexterity.
13.
Cool, pass. Okay.
I'm going to attempt to do my chill touch then.
Yep.
16.
It's
13 necrotic on it. That's now 2.
cool. So now Flail's now 2 is looking very, very broken.
Just fucking die!
Shambling Mound continues chasing after you. Artemis, you see it disappearing from the track as it goes into the woods. Erebus is going to run forward, and you see that there is a large. You see that the ground is slowly going down.
Okay.
Erebus comes up, gets through a patch of brush, and then sees a very sudden drop. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Because
Isn't it?
disadvantage from
Flat
this
roll.
one. Flat roll. 6.
Right, he's going to fall 20 foot. And you take 6 points of damage, and you both land prone. The shambling mound continues running up, and he is 20 foot above you in this crevasse. What do you want to do? Artemis, you see it go onto the side. Are you running after it?
I guess I'm still technically going to be running away.
You hear it get quieter and quieter, the footsteps of it running.
My goal is to run to the road.
Okay. You continue running and you appear at the road. You turn around and Arlo's with you, and they go, shit. And you hear the roaring of the shambling mound, kind of coming from the forest.
All right, I've got an idea.
Can we quickly draw up a crevasse thing for the table? We'll switch out the shambling mound, large, huge, with the shambling mound actual size, which is large. Still big. We need to get gargantuan figure, I think. Get ourselves a nice like an ancient gold dragon.
But like, how big is that? Because I've got like a 412 bloodthirster.
It's the size above that, isn't it?
Like
Gargantuan is 4 inches of squares, bigger or the minimum is 4. But
it can get even bigger than that, but yeah. So
well,
one size
I'll
bigger.
send you a picture of like a demon model I've got if you want to like use that at some point.
Yeah. This is from 40k.
Technically, Age of Sigmar, 40k fancy kind of thing.
Age of Sigmar 40k.
Yeah, if you use them because it's a demon.
Oh, twigged. Sorry, apologies. Ooh.
Well,
Which one?
if you really wanted the big model,
It's the big 412 one,
Yeah.
like the massive axe. It's on a.
That's the one from. Oh, okay. Corn, the first one.
Yeah.
I can get a gargantuan dragon model if you want one. I know
Yeah.
where they're getting from.
We'll probably do that as a giveaway or something.
It's on like a special base, so it's got like demons coming off the base as well. So it actually looks like it's coming out of the Hellgate Legion army.
That's really cool.
So I could.
Where do you get that from? Portugal?
eBay.
eBay.
Right,
eBay.
where's the... What are we doing?
So ravine in the centre. So I would say about 50 foot long, 10 foot wide, 20 foot wide, 10 foot deep, 20 foot deep.
So 20 foot wide,
15, yeah, so 15 foot wide, 20 foot deep.
15 foot wide. So we guess I like that.
Yeah.
And it's just a drop.
Yeah.
Can we just leave it like that?
Yeah. And then shambling mound is at the top. Oh jeez. And some on the bottom. And Eros, wherever he is. Cool. And then got you and Arlo.
You're by the road over here, I guess, aren't you?
I'll say you're over actually this direction.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
It's like time commanders. We should do that. Love that time.
Another good one.
Alright, so let's go back into initiative order. So, Artemis.
Try and run along the roadside till I see a point where they may be. I don't know.
You can hear the sound of the creature roaring. So you find yourself directly north of it. Parallel to it really is the better word. And you can kind of see this creature in the brush quite far in. Obviously it's night time, so obviously there's no light too much. You're bathing in moonlight.
Okay. I have a plan.
Yep.
It's gonna be fucking terrible.
Oh dear.
it's a wing it.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with winging it.
It's a big wing it.
Love a bit of wings. Go on then.
Well, I'll go wait for my turn.
Oh wait, Artemis, anything you specifically want to do? Running into the brush, Arlo kind of looks to you, kind of gets his greatsword ready and goes, well?
Lead the way, Arlo.
He kind of dives into the bushes and you hear him running up.
He doesn't hear me move.
Cool.
Okay, so my turn. This is going to be a great one.
Yep.
So I'm going to spend half my movement getting up. I'm going to pass Erebos the ring of teleporting.
Mhm.
So get us to the others. I'll stall. So I'll give him the ring, and then as my action with my skeletal hand, I'm going to grab onto the Orcus Arcanum
Mhm.
and basically just try and not read it, but link with it almost.
Okay. You passed the wisdom save, didn't you?
Yeah,
when
when
Arlo gave it to you. After Cania.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you can hold the object without it kind of getting into your head. You hear its whispers as you bring it out of your knapsack.
So as I bring it out, I'm basically just gonna.
You feel the leather kind of moving unnaturally.
So I'm gonna
Your face there was amazing.
force it to work for me is be like, no, I'm your master. You work for me.
Roll a wisdom, I guess, is a good one for this one to try and battle brains. I guess. Oh no, intelligence, because that would be your stat. You're trying to tell it, no, I'm the captain now.
17.
Right, he's gonna. I would say it continues writhing, but the voices kind of calm down in your head.
Do I use any other, like, is it just raw intelligence or would it
Just
be
raw
stuff like
intelligence. You can, if you want to try and decipher things inside it, you have to use Arcana.
Because if I look at it, I'll die. I think that's what
You
I'm told.
you feel it kind of wriggle and move in your hands, kind of pulsing with energy, but the voices kind of calm down.
Okay.
Abyssal voices, of course, but you can read it.
Okay,
You can hear it. It's basically like temptations.
What's it deliberately tempting me to do?
Would you like to find out more? Would you like to know more? Starter Troopers sort of thing. No, you can kind of just hear it like power,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. It's trying to tempt you to the dark side.
Power, gimme.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear that over here. And
Shut
I
up!
really don't like it.
Shut up!
So you can hear it all the way. You kind of you feel it.
So that's what I basically spent my action doing, is trying to like harness what is there.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like it's not getting it well.
You can kind of feeling it, but it's kind of how are you holding it? Be really descriptive of how you're holding this book, because that will influence my next action.
So there. So it was the whole like, right, you work for me.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah,
Roll
so-
strength.
Is it gonna try? It's gonna fucking eat me, isn't it?
It's gonna open.
It's gonna open.
You're gonna resist it.
Well, I'm not expecting it to open.
Cool, right? It's gonna open. It's gonna start. It open. It literally, as you're holding up this, it literally goes wham. It opens up, and you see it turning to the pages. Roll with your basic perception, base perception, passive perception.
This is
You
where
see
it comes downside.
all the pages seem to be written in this infernal red ink, abyssal kind of red and black ink. All these kind of some symbols and runes and different scripts as it kind of and it continues going on and lands on a page. And as soon as it literally slows down, you need to describe exactly what it does as it lands on a page. What do you do? As soon as literally it's open in front of your hands, lands on a page, and then what do you do?
Basically,
Do you just sit there and look at it?
yeah, it's one of those things. It's opened up. I'm like shit.
Yep.
And with my like, passive perception, this is where it works against me. I just take everything in. I go,
Oh right, yeah.
Shit.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
is it a charm?
Yes.
Flat roll. 19.
Cool. You see the book try and you see this energy come into
I thought
it,
you just gave me
and it
a
goes
finger there.
bang right into your forehead. Kind of you feel this necrotic power coming up your hands, and it's turning it. Well, that hand is turning black. You see the sigil on your hand start to burn, and your blackened skeleton hand is also turning black. But you feel the connection starts to retreat from your forehead, and you're holding this power. You have no idea what it does. You have no idea what it's doing, but you feel like you're containing some power.
Kamehameha.
Cool. You try and push it out.
Basically eject it as like a concentrated.
Roll Arcana.
25.
Cool. Make a ranged spell attack with a +8.
Is that on top of my normal modifiers? No. Let's see.
This is just basically the +8 for the book.
16 and 8.
That's 24. Cool. You feel the book turn to a certain page, and you feel this horrible energy, and the pages just turn blank, and you see the words start to move down into your hands, and then you feel the book then closes, and then a single line just goes and goes through the shambling mound, through the trees, up into the sky, and you hear and you continue watch it, and then you all have to roll a strength saving throw. You don't really have to because you're prone on the ground, or you stand up.
I stood up to do.
Right, do it. Erebos is on the ground. Anyone standing, Arlo's going to do it. He fails.
I've got an 8.
Cool.
I got a 0.
Oh. Has anyone seen Angels and Demons?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. You know that scene with Ewan McGregor and he goes on a helicopter and takes the antimatter up in the helicopter?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So this beam of energy goes. You see, as soon as it goes through the shambling mound, it goes. It disintegrates, and the line goes and then it's all still for about 2 seconds until this massive implosion of energy explodes in the sky. Anyone got less than 15 gets knocked to the ground. Trees get flattened. This is like a proper what's the meteor explosion in Russia that happened? The Chernobyl explosion, what it was called. Anyway, big meteor explosion happened in Russia that causes trees to just go and let's roll some trees that get thrown. Cool. That's going to be quite a few trees. So can you make a dexterity check as a tree falls towards you? The shambling mound, the snails are all destroyed. The shambling mound's destroyed, the snails get disintegrated. You see the shell's intact, however.
I rolled that 1, I got +2, so 3.
Cool. A tree lands on you.
That's for leaving me.
You take 15 bludgeoning. You're lucky. As this trunk falls on you, Arlo, past that one, rolls out the way. Loads of trees kind of fall in the crevasse, but you're actually quite safe in this thing. The book closes and you fall unconscious.
That was. I'm on 0.
No, you are knocked out.
Taking a nap.
You are what's called incapacitated. That's the word. Cool. Artemis, you
Are unconscious.
okay?
Under the tree.
Arlo wakes up. Oh fuck me! He kind of breaks the kind of branches around it and rolls the tree over you. Follow.
Hey. One shot it. You know what? That was such a heavy gamble on my part because I thought I was going to die. I genuinely thought I was going to die from that.
Medicine. Oh, so lucky. He stabilizes you. You're unconscious for an hour.
Oh, that's good. Just lost basically an hour of your sleep, basically getting away from that thing.
Erebos picks you up and heads kind of back onto the main road. Arlo carrying you, kind of fireman carry, and meets back on the main road, and they go and find a place to rest. You both wake up in the same point of turn about an hour later. Erebos and Arlo have made a completely different camp an hour down the road, off the beaten track, and you both wake up.
What happened? I knew, dude, is my hand still black?
Nope. Erebos saw everything that's happened, and
Is Erebos likely to withhold?
you know what? I'm gonna save it for the next section with Erebos because he can tell you. If he wants to tell you, he will. But something happened to your physique.
We need to get those shells because I remember the thing dying was it. But the shells were there. I saw.
Artemis, you're awake. You need to make a injuries table roll. Shit, didn't you need to do one from last session? Because you got knocked out by the book. Oh no, you were stunned by the book. You weren't actually knocked
I was
out.
stunned, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was stunned and crying.
Yeah.
Laughing. For like
16.
16.
I think it was
Festering wound. Yeah. So your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 for every 24 hours every day. The wound persists. If your hit point maximum drops to 0, you die. The wound heals if you receive magical healing. Alternatively, someone could tend to the wound. Alternatively, you can do the magical healing as well.
Yeah, I was just going to heal
You
myself.
have less
Cool.
restoration.
2 wounds, that sort of thing.
I've got cure wounds or less restoration.
Yeah, magical healing includes restoration. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm just going to use that on me then, get rid of that.
Cool.
I'm now going to have a long rest.
First of all, get those shells.
No, I'm going back to the explosion area of meteorite blowing up everything.
It's in the about, say, 100 to 200 foot in the air, but you can find the center point where everything's just gone.
Yeah, I ain't moving that way, I'm going to sleep.
Shells.
Screw the shells!
Well, no, we plan to have something done with them, not screw them.
How do you know they're still alive?
I saw the
Or
shells.
even left?
I saw the shells before I took a nap.
Take Erebos with you. He can carry a shell.
I'll take Erebus and Arlo.
No, I'm just gonna sit here at the
You
camp.
can hide.
I'm gonna go sleep.
Okay, well, I'll take Arlo. Even though it's not Saturday. I'll take Arlo with me and get the shells, if that's alright.
Arlo,
Yeah.
and knowing Arlo, he'll be all right. Can never do Arlo's voice.
There you go. So
Cool. You're taking.
we'll plod back for the hour to grab the shells.
Okay. Arlo takes you back an hour's walk, to the point where he picked you up, and you kind of went. Erebos met us here, so it's probably that way.
That way.
He kind of points you in the direction. Make a just a nature check just to get your way back. He'll do it as well. Oh, he did it all right.
Yes. 8.
Okay, so Arlo kind of comes around. He finds the edge of the ravine
Alright.
that you were, and he goes, "Oh, I found the ravine."
Cool.
And you make your way along the edge, and
There.
you find one of the snail shells, kind of on the edge of the ravine, and one in the bushes.
Try and grab one on the edge. Are they heavy?
No, but you need to make a Constitution saving throw if you pick one up.
Okay. I'm gonna make it.
With passive perception, before you roll, or you can take it, you see that the ground is kind of black around it.
I did just roll 17.
Cool. You'll take 6.
I'll pass or fail first.
It's a pass.
Oh, that's good then, because otherwise I was going to think.
Cool. You go up to it and you feel it burning hot, and Arlo goes, "Oh, cold water," and puts some water on it, and goes, "It's alright, I didn't get to you quick enough. It's hot." Disintegration, man. A lot of energy gets expelled from it. But,
It's 2 hours later. How much damage did I take?
just 3 for fire.
3.
So each shell weighs 250 pounds. It's a large.
So when I said, is it heavy, and you said no.
Did I say heavy? Oh, sorry, apologies. Yes. 250 pounds.
Okay.
Probably roll it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Arlo with his strength of 20 can lift 1.
It's alright, Erebos has a block and tackle.
So roll it onto the road.
Double his double strength anyway.
Yeah.
So he can lift both of them on his block and tackle, no problem, just walk around.
Cool.
So you roll it to the edge of the road. I'll say you guys, obviously Erebos comes and meets you and carries them both. Cool. You've got 2 flail snail shells. DM to player. I'm just going to tell you this because I will forget if you ask another time, and probably you will forget. One intact shell, which they are, can sell for 5,000 gold. Or, if you take it to a good enough magical blacksmith, you can make 3 shields with 1 shell. And for a month, before the magic wears out, each shield gives its wielder the anti-magic trait. The anti-magic trait, which means basically you get the disadvantage. The person gets a disadvantage on ranged attacks if they use it. A month.
Each shell lasts a month.
Each shield. So you make 3 shields from the shell. So you make 1 shield, keep the shell.
Yeah.
As soon as it runs out, make another shield.
Okay.
When the shield's magic phase, it leaves behind an exotic shield that's a perfect item for which to make a spell guard shield. So you could probably just turn it into that. And you can also make it into a robe of scintillating colours, which means you get the scintillating kind of powerful light out of it. So you can use one for the robe, and 1 for the 3 shields.
Okay.
So it's up to you. Or you can sell 1 and make it. It's up to you in the end. Your shells. Cool. You fancying a break?
Yeah, take a break.
Okay, we'll have a break here then. So thank you for tuning in. If you've not followed us yet, make sure you do. We'll be back in 15 minutes anyway, so we're not going for that long. We've also got a Facebook and a YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to that. You've liked all our videos if you have liked them. Also, we hit 100 followers, 100 likes on our Facebook, which is really good because we're small, we're new, and we're going to do a giveaway thing. So the Fomorian here. We said that we'll give it away once we've hit 100 likes on our Facebook, but what we also need is 30 subscribes on our YouTube. I'm trying to remember this now, and 30 on our Twitch. So if you can help us share to all your friends and anyone who else likes D&D, and once we hit that point, we'll give this up for grabs, and then we put everyone into a kind of what's called raffle thing, and then yeah, you can own this bad boy. He is painted by our very own Adam, or Artemis. So cool. I'm being very sad giving this away. But yeah, badass. And then we'll set up another one for afterwards. But yeah, so follow, subscribe, like, all that jazz. We'll put the links in below in a second. And back in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. So, it's over there. Alright, so, see you in a bit. And hello, welcome. So, back in, and Artemis is now level 7. Whee! Yeah. Oh god. So they've just actually been basically going through their spells, going, right, have you got this, have you got that, have you got this? Which, I'm guessing you would do.
We've done quite poorly, but yeah.
Oh, we'll see, won't we?
So, yeah, you never have to worry about dying.
Squeaky. Oh,
Sounds like
and all the mics are so squeaky, so dusty. So, for everyone tuning back in, welcome. What just happened was just fuckery upon fuckery, wasn't it?
I tempted fate way too much just that. So, I'm assuming it was a really high chance of me just dying if I fucked that up.
Yeah. Yeah. If you fucked it up, it would just gone like. Yeah. Well, it's the Orcus Arcanum in the end. Would expect.
Fucking win.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So everyone tuning in now, obviously, hello, welcome. Obviously, let us know if you're on our Twitch or on YouTube or even via Facebook, because we're streaming live from our page. Make sure you've liked, subscribed, followed all of them as well, because we're looking to do a giveaway at certain kind of what they're called, roadmap points, milestones. That's the one. That's what I'm looking for. Previously, essentially, just on this first section before the break, the guys have just tried to teleport to Sinisteel and fucked it up really badly. They ended up in a army's marching camp.
This whole segment of what we've done is just to fix a fuck up.
Yeah, essentially. They chased out of the marching camp, then into the woods.
I had to get over 16 on a D100.
Yeah.
And I got 16.
Yeah. It wasn't a good start to using the Ring of Teleportation, was it? So they fought some manticores, and they've just recovered from fighting 2 flail snails, which then transformed into a shambling mound, plus 2 flail snails, and then Ansem tried to harness the power from the Orcus Arcanum, and accidentally sent off essentially a antimatter bomb in the middle of like a 200-foot space, and flattened a load of trees and around it. So.
But there will be stories about me.
There'll be lots of stories about an explosion, and then and hushed whispers about the person who actually caused it. So anyway, we're literally continuing on from just after a long rest, where the party have now recuperated after this. So Ansem's back up awake after getting the flail snail shells. They could be transformed into shields and sold on the market, and also turned into a robe as well. So we'll see what he does with those. So we've said Erebos is now transporting those because they're £250 each, and we'll see.
Anyway, next morning, I'm going to attempt it again.
To what?
To teleport.
To teleport.
Not the Orcus.
Okay,
that's fucking,
PHB.
That's a lonely time.
PHB teleportation spell. I'm going to play with the camera for a second.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to cast Sending.
Okay.
To send a personal message to Brand in which she can respond to me to tell us which location, what she can see around her, everything for that description.
Well, I just need her.
Right. Yeah. So she
everything
can respond.
She's physically, you've got to physically describe her.
So I've briefly seen her. I know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I can use Sending.
Yes.
And now I'm asking her, can you tell? It's me. Basically, I'm saying it's me, Artemis. I'm with Ansem. We need to know your exact location, everything in the description that you can see around you.
Mm-hmm.
What you're wearing.
Yeah.
No, really.
It can be responded up to 25 words back. That's it. So within 25 words, how does she respond back to us?
So she hears this weird, strange voice in her head, I guess. That's how it appears. Or do you actually appear as like a premonition?
It's a voice in her head that basically hears us, yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. So yeah, she hears. I'm trying to. She hears your voice. You're doing it in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So she's probably on horseback at this point, continuing on. Let me just double check the map. So let's switch across to the map again. For everyone at home, we'll put this on the text thing. Oh, no. Breaking everything now. Right, map for our guys. If you go onto our Facebook, you'll see a link for our map. So, she said it would be 7 days. It is 6th April. I said you got to get there by the 9th.
Yes.
Okay. So, 9th, 8th, 7th. Cool. She describes herself on kind of a long road. To the west is a large river, but it's just lots of rolling plains. But to the south there seems to be kind of a woodland appearing. She's in her plate mail with 15 other paladins in a large party.
Generally, is there any?
I'm trying to think of 25 plus 25 words.
Landscape landmarks that would be identifiable.
I'll roll a pure D100 to see if they stayed at a inn. And she can tell you the inn.
That would be great.
Actually, you roll it. And so you need percentile
Do you
die.
need to do it?
Yeah, you roll it then.
So it's percentile, don't roll. Oh.
54.
I've got to give you something, and then you've got to roll it.
That's
So
all right.
that's biased. Oh yeah, it's to be more than 55. No, I'm not harsh. Right, don't roll
go
it.
for it.
Don't roll it. If you get 65 or higher.
37.
37. No. She's on. They were camping. They were camping on a set of grassy plains. There is absolutely no barren markers on this lonely road.
Okay, well, I'll repeat that information to you. That is, so you can see like a river, there's a forest nearby, road,
What is she wearing?
plate armor.
Her plate now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what Brian looks like.
Yeah, I know what she looks like in her battle armor and everything.
Mhm.
I'm going to have to teleport to that.
Right. What's it on the book?
So you're very familiar with land.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
72.
Oh, I think that's really good.
72 is on target.
Slap bang bang.
Yep.
All right. Cool. You join hands.
Thank you, that spell sending.
You join hands. And start. You kind of hum a little tune. Why not? A magical circle appears beneath your feet. Why not? And you start singing some crazy ass tune, and circle appears beneath your feet. Magical winds whip up, and you disappear, and then you appear on the road. Roll a dexterity saving throw as they're on horses.
14!
14.
11.
All right. You tumble as you appear in front of these horses as they are galloping along the road. You take 2 points of damage as you.
Is that both of us?
No, you're fine. Arlo and Eros appear, and you see Brand and 15 other like butch paladins bring their horses to a halt. And stare at you.
Ribs!
Going, she goes, what the fuck? What did you? How did you just do that?
Magic. No, really.
Good to see you. Hold on. Didn't you just go to? Oh, well, I'm glad you're alive. And she flicks a coin across to one of the paladins and goes, yes.
Do you really think we're going to die?
I did say
I respect
nothing
that.
of the sort.
Fuck you! Who's the paladin that bet on our survival?
You see kind of like this kind of a half-orc paladin.
He's basically just done himself a promotion right there.
Goes, damn fucking right I have.
Yeah. Alright, what's your name? Make sure, like, when the fighting happens, let me know if you get hurt.
Boros.
Boris. I'm gonna change that at some point. Then I could give you a cooler name.
He looks at you and goes,
Oh dear.
Brand, who obviously should be in haste, and she goes, oh yeah,
Yes. We're all heading to Sinisteel. I just watched the teleport originally, so can we catch a ride with you?
Yeah, we had a weird.
They don't need to know about this!
good to see you, Artemis. And she nods to Arlo and Erebos, and he goes, well, I think you need to hop on the back of...
Yeah, I'll jump on this.
you try and ride with Boris. And he goes, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Bonehand.
And she goes, oh yeah, Bran told me about you. You were...
Skull Crusher. That's a cool name.
Well, I'm on the part of Boris the Crusher clan.
I'm just going to call you Crusher.
Right.
Crusher's cooler.
Sound like a robot. Maybe from a show where people build robots
Sound like
and then
that
fight
carton
them
of
against
milk.
people.
Sound like that carton of milk.
Crusher.
Crusher.
It's Crusher.
Crusher. Okay. Well, you can call me whatever you want. And
You want, that's
they,
a weird name.
he kicks his heels and
Fuck!
they continue on. Brand offers you a hand, Artemis, and she offers.
I take it.
Cool. Arlo gets.
Like that, ribs broken from being crushed by the horses.
You're like, thanks. You and Erebos gets offered one, and Arlo, and you continue on. You travel for a few days. You camp with them. Anything you want to talk to Brand about? Anything you want to talk to the Paladins about? You put that on my things to do.
Oh, you do have that nice book.
No!
They you feel Brand kind of eyeing you up a bit, and she
Look, I know I'm very attractive, but
kind
save it to afterwards.
on the first evening she notices kind of two trees kind of out away from the campsite. And she just kind of beckons you across to her, and then points towards the tree.
This is April, the ladies.
She kind of takes out her great sword and just puts it into the grass, and then steps forward away from it and goes,
Okay, the fact that you had to feel the need to do that does fill me with a slight bit of uncertainty there.
She goes, just so you know that, we're friends, and my position has no bearing on what goes on. I'm a paladin of Denier, sure, but Baraka tells me things, of course, as he should. And you told me previously that you are hunting a certain item
Yes.
and looking for a certain thing,
Yes.
and that item turns out to be of pure abyssal energy, and I can sense it right here so easily. And it's not trying to hide, and
No.
I'm just worried about the fact that it's trying to get to you.
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Well, like, as a perspective, I've survived limbo for centuries. I've fought against beings that have tried to manipulate, like vampires. I've fought lots of things. I've been through hell and back.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, but you understand the kind of problems you have by carrying these things, yes?
Maybe.
I'm going to take that as a no?
No.
Okay, so you're now like a target. As in, things will just come out. Either offering you their aid or
The things will
most likely just hunting you down. But
Clearly why the snails came for us.
Fuck off!
the what? Oh, explains what Erebos was carrying. Okay. Yeah, that poor horse. Anyway, we'll get more horses in Sinisteel. I'm just concerned that you may be...
Things will come, and then they will die.
Sure, but if we're trying to be sneaky whilst getting Morgrove back, we don't want to make things worse.
Sneaky. To be honest, I didn't know stealth was the option here.
Well, we're 15 against God knows what he has.
Well, that's why you just kind of punch a hole and go straight for him. Proper like spirit.
Looks at you and goes, well, we're powerful, but we've heard rumours of how many followers his master has. He has cities at his command, and there's a lot of things we're going to have to deal with.
Oh, yeah, the region. We may have had. I think they might be pulling some resources away from Sinister area, more back towards near Dusk Over. I've just. You know what? After all the events, the name of the place has escaped me.
I trust that's what you mean. Okay, well that concerns me.
The first teleport we did went there. Instead of Sinister, we went there.
Oh. Oh, that's not good for you.
In the middle of their military camp. We did cause a bit of chaos.
Did you get any information? Did you find anything?
We
Anything
had
useful?
to run for our lives.
When we teleported in, we were like in eyesight of everybody.
Oh, okay, so it's not like you teleported and you're like in a tent. It was teleported and you were in the main street.
Yes.
Oh, it's not a good day for you.
No. So we did a lot of running, but a lot of chaos was ensued because of that.
Right, okay.
I accidentally killed one of them. I mean...
You say accidentally. I've known you long enough, Anson.
No,
it
not
was...
really.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Well, normally you say accidentally. I normally take it for the other one. But it's nice to hear you actually...
I was expecting it just
accidentally
to
hurt this
like,
person.
you know, weaken him and then he fell over. Dead. I was
Okay.
like, ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
my point still remains that I am worried that the token you are carrying is either a beacon for such creatures, but I'm also worried on its effects on you. And she asks, have you seen any side effects?
I have not. No, I haven't.
Maybe we should...
If you're gonna inspect me...
oh, I would never do such a thing. I'll just trust your opinion.
Okay, well...
You don't really do it for me.
So, you know about the...
Again,
Yes?
yeah, I'm aware of what
well,
the
that's the only thing
Baraka told me again, yes.
It's the only thing that I believe may have any negative influence. That's why I don't want this
Okay.
touching that.
Well, no, but you've got to remember that probably acts as a signal boost for that.
That's fine, but I don't want that having a direct link to that, so I don't want to hold it with that.
That's a good point. Yeah. Well, just be sure of that. And she kind of turns around to her golden sword and goes, "Oh, no, great sword." And she goes, "Oh, and you know, again, Baraka told me what lays in that book. I hope you're using it to destroy, not as in destroy evil, not be evil."
Yeah, the whole idea is basically I get stronger to, you know, I'm the guy that makes the monsters scared.
Okay. Well, I trust you then.
That's the idea. How do you guys feel about skeletons?
Kind of unnatural freakishness, but
How about wearing mithril?
no, what they're wearing is not the point of it. But
Everyone thinks mithril.
let's be put this way, Danson.
Yes.
If you're creating one to help us in retrieving Morgrove
Yes.
and avenging Felix,
Yes.
then I couldn't give a shit.
Cool.
However,
Yes.
I would prefer you keeping it out of the main populous areas. I would prefer you saving it for when we're actually
It takes
away.
8 hours to make.
Well, we'll be resting at some point, I'm sure, out of populous areas, and we want to go into Sinisteel to get some information. So, how about you do it after Sinisteel?
Okay.
Okay. And I appreciate not spooking my early troops. No.
I'm offended. I'm a delight to be about.
And again, I'm talking about that.
What, the hand or
The hand, the book, everything.
so me?
And bear in mind where we're getting close to.
I have no idea. Oh,
The Mysterios. Imagine if he had the book.
bitch can try.
Exactly. And I'm sure he will if he finds out that you've got it.
Try and pry from a cold. Well, that's not going to work.
Yeah, yeah. My point remains. Again, just...
My statement still remains. Everything that's
You're
going
carrying-
to try and take something from me has died.
Okay. Well, you're
I'm
carrying
paying
something
for
very
it.
powerful, and I'll prefer you being extra careful than you normally are.
Okay, I'm just going to say, I'm the powerhouse here.
She kind of picks up a sword and goes, "Pfft, bitch." Sheathes it and goes,
You're the
"You wish."
muscle. I'm the raw power. You are the muscle. There is a
Erebos looks up with like a chicken leg in his mouth going, "Huh?"
Chops her spears a lot.
Oh. Yeah, it turns back down. She goes, I think we'll keep it at that, and we'll leave at first light, but get your rest. And Cool. She heads back down to the paladins. She kind of pushes one over as she goes towards kind of like this roasting chicken on one of the fires. Any particular things you want to talk to the paladins about, or you want to do some
Yeah,
extra
I
stuff?
want to find out if they got any spare armour.
They're not carrying any spare armor, but they've probably got some arrows and some.
Does anyone there know how to just actually care after armor and everything? Because they're going as a small band, I'm assuming they have someone to keep up basic maintenance.
They've got some. You can see some armorer's tools, tinker's tools, some basic equipment, but they've got basically mostly small equipment and rations because they were hoping to get most things in Sinisteel.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, well, no, I'm good. Unless you've got beef for me as well.
I haven't got beef with you.
I like how you go as well because you're so used to being like bitch slapped around by the party.
It's everyone has
Hey, we survived snail dragon things.
snail dragons,
Dragons.
anti-magic dragons.
Dragons, yeah, we survived that.
She looks around and goes, "Don't even want to ask."
That's exactly how it sounds. Anti-magic dragons.
Okay. Cool. Cool story, bro.
It is.
Kind of the paladins chuckled to themselves.
I mean, if you're doubting that, knowing full well we've been through hell and have encountered like a golden age.
I'm not that down because people get confused. Cool. Fair enough. Okay. Sure.
The fact that we're going to fight an undead squid man, yet the anti-magic dragon, that's where you draw the line. I'm just saying.
Okay. Okay. Cool. The paladins rest for the night, and they continue on south. Any particular things that you want to do, or you're happy with them just going straight to Sinisteel?
I'm happy with them going straight to Sinister.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ruin everything on them.
Cool. So they ride all the way down, and you approach the western gate of Sinisteel. You see it's been fortified quite heavily.
Realise something.
The
Well, it looks like the other one.
the large town now hosts a tall wooden bastion that has several bits of siege equipment on it, and you see two bastions to the east, and it has this large kind of stone wooden wall now expanding out, and you for the last say hour have been riding through kind of marching tents. This is where the Emperor's main army is. Sitting.
Oh,
I
I feel like I know some of these guys.
You were there. So you knew, obviously, where there was a large battle between the Emperor's army and the Regents.
Yes, I do.
I keep saying Regent, it's not. No, it is. It is
It's
the
the
Regent.
Regent.
So it is the Regent. I keep forgetting.
Was Baron now?
Was Baron, now the Regent. Where there was the large battle, this is the same force, but they had been defeated against Mysterio's master's force back at Merifan when they tried to retake it, and they failed badly. So this is kind of like the rest of the army plus some reinforcements, and they've been sitting here waiting for orders. And then you've got Sinisteel with this large, huge retaining wall around it, and then you've got its central wall where the actual city is. You see it's mostly turned into now a military city, so there's not much kind of peasant activity, it's mostly soldiers. Brand kind of pulls down her cloak, and she kind of shows her kind of nightly priestly orders, and she gets kind of a moderate kind of ease from the soldiers here. But being part of Denir, they're still relatively unheard of. So you see a few guards going with the book, some soldiers and some captains and things. She approaches the main gate and hails the gate master, and they have a small conversation. And she barters her way through into Sinisteel, and she continues on. And there's kind of like a few inns that are making a good amount of money from all the soldiers. And she kind of finds it hard to kind of. She instructs a few paladins to go off to try and get housing for the night, and they come back saying no, they're literally not taking anyone in. If you want to camp, you have to camp in the vagrants camp. So she goes to him and goes, look, we've got options. Either we camp in the vagrants camp to the west, south of the city, or we try and sneak in hostile country. What do we do?
So So we can either set the camp or sneak in.
Sneak into to hostile country and try and camp there, not being a burden on the city. Now I can switch across to the map so people can see. So you're on Sinnerstill here. So you've met Morgrove. And this is where she said, look, we were going to meet you here so we understand where on earth the Sirios would have taken Morgrove. Because supposedly you might know of a place.
Yes, Erebos is the one that had the vision.
Sorry, true. Erebos tells Brand that he can either be in two places, either Marathon, if he's watching, that'd be great. But it can either be in Marathon, the actual stronghold of where Sirius and his master are kind of claimed on the coast, or could be the cave in which you first met him.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say try and just sneak into the enemy territory. Why not? No, that's dumb. We'll stay at the vagrants camp.
She goes to you and goes, I know of a place of operations we can use to the south, 2 days from here. It's a small old shrine that I heard about.
Okay.
But perhaps we can use that as a base and then we can go along the coast.
And we can work from there. Sounds good.
Cool. 2 days, obviously a day's ride from here because they're travelling at quite a quick speed. Have you got all the rations you need? Anything you need from the town?
Rations is a thing.
You won't have to worry about rations because I can create food and water and make 45 pounds of any type of food and 30 gallons of water.
There we
I
go.
can do that daily.
Switch back.
So, yeah, no problem. It can feed up to a total of 8 or 10 people, I think.
So they'll have their rations and we can eat like proper people.
Yep.
So everybody at home who's
It doesn't taste very nice though. It's very bland. So if you have prestidigitation, you can play with.
yeah, it's like the grill from Matrix.
It's just bland food.
So everyone,
It tastes the same as human rations.
Yeah.
so everyone at home who's currently just staring at a map and actually want to have a look around it, I'm just popping into the chat now the link. So hopefully this works. Apologies if it doesn't. Just let me know.
Travelling, by the way?
2 days, yeah.
2.
So
You said it's more one, but
it's one because you're on horseback and you're riding it quick. Oh, do you want to buy a horse whilst you're in here? You're more than welcome.
I can't buy a horse or ride it.
Oh, well, fine. She goes, you're fine. You can go on Boris's back. He goes, fine.
I don't
You
have
mean
horse.
crushes?
He looks at you and goes,
Oh,
so yeah,
Wow.
I've just popped the Wild Anvil map here, so everyone at home, you're more than welcome to jump on, have a look. You can see all the markers. You can also see all the session markers as well. You've got a little bit here, so you can see. You can also see a path. That's not going to be updated anymore because they've now got the teleportation rings. That's going to be fucking difficult to do. So I'm gonna that will be removed at some point. But you've got sessions and you've got completed quests, so feel free to have a browse of that.
And that one.
Divination.
Where are we? Cool.
Um,
So, you are here,
Mhm.
and she's recommending travelling down to the shrine, and yeah, Erebos kind of remembers being there before, and there's something to do there as well. So she goes, "Oh, okay, fine.
Cool.
Well, we can have a look at that as well." But I think it's good for us to have a base of operations close to the coast. Anything wanted in Sinnerstill to take from the PHB?
No, I'm fine. I just want to day to pass so I can change spells.
Okay. Yep. Ooh, there you go. Cool. They ride on. They camp for a few nights,
Cool. Done.
and you can change spells, and they arrive at the Shrine of Danae.
Alright, now. Something may happen as I try and walk in here. Just if I die, know this.
Fuck you.
I do blame you.
You blame me?
I'll blame you.
Why would you blame me?
Because there's no one else to blame!
Say Erebos and Arlo are still with you.
Maybe Erebos gets the blame.
Flavor text. my laptop just done an
What's the,
update. It's the worst time.
Place look like?
So the shrine, as you approach, is this large barrow mound. This large kind of grassy knoll with a small round circle tower attached to the end to the front of it with a gate. The gate is broken off, and the tower is kind of collapsed inwards.
Okay.
And as you see approaching, kind of the entrance has all these old bookcases that's been kind of knocked over and destroyed. All the books are on the floor, all mouldy and broken and damp. And you see a small set of stairs that lead down into it. There are kind of like skeletons on the floor and things like that of goblins.
Goblins, not like that.
No,
Why?
it's not charging.
Say we should go down.
Yep. Let's go down.
Okay. Oh, well, let's go.
Hey, oh, let's
Actually-
go.
Is Brand with us while we're coming here? Like into the.
Brand's with you. You're Brand and 15 paladins, all following you to the shrine.
Okay.
Hmm?
So.
Vampire's Guide, yeah.
Oh,
Just to make sure I am ready before we go through.
Oh, I might burn a third level spell slot before we go in.
What's that for?
Making skeleton.
Okay. I was just wondering if it's because you need.
No. Oh, my exhaustion's all gone.
Hey,
Oh.
such a sleepy bean. Right,
No fair.
you.
'Cause I need a trap detector and.
Yeah, this is the next level up that I want. Don't worry. Can't do anything.
So
I need to be level 9 before I can use that bad boy.
Oh right, okay.
I'm
Look at a particular spell, or
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not.
I was wondering what level it
I'm
is.
not going to cast a spell
Just wanted to
because I
make sure.
realised I need flesh, not bones for the meaty one.
okay.
You need bones.
Flesh, not bones.
Or you need flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are definitely goblin bones. They look to be decomposing at a kind of quick rate. They've been here for about
That's fine.
we're April now, so that would be we started in October, so that'd be about 6 months to 8 months old.
Needs a beefy zombie to take the hits.
Fair. So you enter the shrine. Brand and her a few paladins wait outside, and then some more paladins go inside. They kind of light up torches and head down the stairs, kind of keeping it out, kind of shawls drawn and things. There, you see. Are you going following in them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say 4 of them are going down with you.
Let the freaking shields of metal lead the way.
Yeah. Four of them kind of note on the stink of decaying flesh. Like, it stinks down here. Yeah.
It could be worse.
Oh,
You could play in the Lich's crypt.
Oh god. Oh god, it smells worse than your arm, Anson. Oh,
And you got like 11 of the paladins outside.
Don't like.
wash that thing. Jeez.
I don't do just as often as you do.
It's like brushing your teeth.
Yeah, I mean, look, just because like you don't understand it, you're too dumb.
So the paladins kind
I'll
of
have you know I have average intelligence.
paladins chuckle. They make their way to the first room, which has this
Maybe done, but I'm more wiser.
beautiful mural across it.
I don't know you're one up. You're literally one.
It's like how you're arguing as these paladins are generating
Yeah,
down.
it is,
Your
isn't it?
argument echoes along the walls. You come into this large kind of room. Across the, let's say you come down and its left-hand face of the room is this insanely big mural of the Denier forces versus the Orcus forces. And you see them kind of like winning and fighting. You see kind of
I've seen the
Denier.
flip version of that.
And you see, and Erebos also notices the box next to Denier. And he goes, huh, this is... And he takes the box, and this is probably not what Erebos would probably do, and he kind of goes, 5 more, more cards are here, 5 more.
Okay.
kind of just stares at the mural.
Passive investigation, just looking at the mural.
Cool. The size of the box on the mural is the size of the box. And for everyone at home, we can actually there you go. Box.
Alright,
There you go.
right, give me the box.
There you go. You're now the new holder of the box, by the
Cool.
way. Cool. Yeah, you feel it slot
I
in,
can feel it.
but it's not. You need to push it in.
Push.
Cool. You feel it.
Sure you got the strength for that?
Yeah. No. It literally it's like a key. So you push it in.
Fuck
The
yeah.
box kind of glides in, pushing the kind of stone behind it, and you feel the door shake and start to open. And you obviously pull the thing out, and it starts to come down. And behind it, getting my notes, is this solid steel vault. It's heavily reinforced and does not look like it could be forced open. The vault has 5 heavy set locks. Each seem identical and evenly spaced from one another.
The exact moment we both go.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it can be forced open. Well, let's see what magic says about that.
The only thing that sets them apart is a series of characters engraved into the steel next to each lock.
Okay.
And
Characters
each
as in like letters or shapes and things or pictures.
characters like letters. Each of the locks has a different message, and they're in different languages.
Okay.
What languages are they in?
Okay.
Or do we just list what we can read?
So, because your passive investigation is ridiculous, you also see a thieves' cant at the top, and you need to be able to read.
I have no idea what that fucking... This is gibberish up there.
Okay, first lock. What's your passive intelligence?
Passive intelligence.
So 10 plus.
Oh, 10 plus... what's 5? It's my passive
15.
intelligence.
So you see dwarven runes on the first lock.
I can't read all of them.
Kind of scragged mock dwarven runes, but kind of a bit more what's the word I'm looking for?
Bad.
Kind of yeah. You can kind of deduce it's goblin. Then you got a similar one in Orcish. Then you got a common one that says in common, and the final one is in Elven.
We can
I
read
read
the
two
elven.
of them. I can read
Okay.
common and like elven.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, I can't read the goblin or the orc or whatever they look like. Don't know what they look like, but they look horrible. I think that word is swear.
Is there a half orc about? Grand. She's half orc.
She is half orc, and she could probably read the Orcish, but she's outside.
What about that orc, half orc,
Yeah,
like paladin,
Boros.
crusher?
Roll D100. If it's above 50, then he's with you.
19.
19. No, he's outside.
No, we'll just walk outside and get him.
No, fuck it, no.
Cool, there is-
We're going to see if we can get into this.
You want to see if we can get into this without understanding 3 of the languages?
Yeah. Alright, what does the common say?
Cool. Common says 3.
What does the elvish say?
1 or 2 or 4.
So that says 1 or 2 or 4.
There's additional information in the thieves' cant as well, next to the third lock
No,
and the two's lock. They're heavily scratched around the keyholes. They have pretty simple locking mechanisms, and it's pretty obvious that this is trapped. You can see lots of small pitted openings around the vault's frame.
So 1 or 2 or 3 in Elven and 4 in common.
1 or 2 or 4 in Elven, 3 in common.
Okay.
So you can get some. Roll a d100 for the 4. Let's do it this way, shall we? There's 4 guys, I said, that came down with you. 1 is human. 2 is a dwarf. 3 is a half orc. 4 is a I won't say elf because they would not be a part of the order. So I would say it's a halfling.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the first thing I'm going to do is, because obviously I can do detect magic at will.
Mhm.
Is there any...
No. I wouldn't say there is magic in this one. But you can actually no, I lie. You can sense magic behind it, but not as
I
part of
wouldn't
it.
be able to sense it if it's behind a load of steel. It wouldn't do it.
Okay, fine. You can't sense it. Can't sense anything.
Okay.
Also, hello to everyone watching.
D4, do you want me to roll?
All right. So for the first person, roll d4.
2.
2. He is a dwarf.
Cool.
Got one dwarf.
What does the dwarf one say, Mr. Dwarf?
He says 2 or 4.
2 or...
He should be able to read the goblin one, shouldn't he? If it's
yeah, it's
like
like it's
a broken-
different dialect.
yeah.
Broken
Well,
dialect. Well,
but it's
both
in-
Orc
They're
and
written
Goblin are both
Dwarven.
written. They're written in Dwarven, but they're broken dialect speaking of. It's like graffiti. Yeah.
okay. He says, "I'll give you." The goblin says 1, and he starts counting on his fingers. He goes, I think it says 1 or 4. And for the orcish, it says 6. For the second guy,
2 again.
also a dwarf,
4.
halfling. A lot of small people around you.
2.
Another dwarf. They're all tiny. Maybe they're from the eastern mountains, western mountains.
I'm just saying people we could get to like us, just random midgets.
They kind of corroborate and goes, oh, the goblin also says all 5. Cool.
1 or 2
It looks
or
like-
4, 2 or 4, 1 or 4 or 5, 6 or 3.
And there's some information that's also in Thieves' Cant.
Right, own up, guys. Who out of you used to be a thief? Come on, I'm a priest here. You should be giving your sins away. Who wants to redeem themselves?
They can't look to each other. Roll a d100, and if it's above an 80,
I'm totally wrong.
one of them he knows Thieves' Cant.
Oh, it's 6.
Just a 6. That sucks.
Oh, if that was not all, that'd been perfect.
I know, it was literally so annoying.
Right. No. None of them goes. No. All good. No, not one of those here. Right. So you need to get them in order. Because something will happen if you don't.
Right, so Orcish was at the top. Then it was... No, it was Dwarven.
Dwarven, Goblin, Orcish, Common, Elven.
Right numbers next then. So, Dwarven,
Dwarven, Orcish.
Goblin, Common, Elven.
So Dwarven, Goblin,
Oh.
Goblin, Orcish. So you had it, yeah, other way around. So Common, Elven.
Okay.
So Orcish says 6. So if 6 must be last. What is the Thieves' Cant as well? Is that one?
So there's a Thieves' Cant at the top of the door, and there's Thieves' Cant around the second and third locks, but you can't read them because you don't know Thieves' Cant.
Yeah. Okay.
And you have to get it in the right order of the different locks.
I'm not gonna lie. Not a fucking clue.
There's 5 locks.
There's 5 locks.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to put them in order.
You just have to work out the combination.
Well, common says 3, so that has to be number 3, right?
Mm-hmm. Perhaps.
It
We'll see.
doesn't have any other thing that it could kind of try to possibly be. So it has to be number 3.
Okay, but do we do that first or?
No, we do that third. So we got to figure
Right.
out.
Right, what? So
So it's either between elven or
wait.
goblin that could be number 1.
one of them has to double up then. Because Orcish is just 6.
Maybe it's because it's the last one. Oh yeah, actually no, that's true.
So one of them, like either Elven or Goblin would have to be like 1 and 4.
And if anyone's at home and screaming, more than welcome to help join in, I'm sure.
Okay, so wait. So we've got Goblin, Elven, Dwarvish. No, sorry. So it's Goblin, Elven, Common, Dwarvish, Goblin, Orcish.
Yeah. Possibly, maybe.
Well, I'm gonna fucking do it and see if I die.
Okay, I'm gonna stand back at least. Like,
Yeah.
how far is towards the stairs?
I would. Let me have a look. It's about 10 feet, 15 feet. This room's about. I would say this room is about 20 foot long, 20 foot wide, 30 foot long, 20 foot wide.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. You wanna do it, yeah?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Death Ward on you, and then walk up the stairs away.
What did you just do?
The guards see you slowly moving around out, and they go, oh, oh, and they start moving with you.
Alright, there's two. I've narrowed it down basically 2 ways. You can go.
You got the pen?
Yeah, alright. So, Stephen, I'm gonna attempt. So I'm going in the order of this.
I'm just making sure I've definitely got everything right with this puzzle. Dwarfish says 2 or 4.
Yeah.
Goblin says 1, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Orcish says 6. Common says 3. Elven says 1, 2 or 4.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So,
Cool. And then second and third locks. Yeah. Investigation. Heavily scratched around the keyholes. Have pretty simple locking. Requiring little spell to pick. Pretty obvious that the door is heavily trapped. Pick the locks in the correct order or the trap goes off. Sequence. Okay.
okay. Okay, I've got this. Let me know when you're ready and I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Oh, I got it. Sorry, I've got the order. Karen,
Alright, so
I actually understood the puzzle. I remember when I first wrote this, I went, oh, that's a brilliant idea, I've got it. I went, now, because it's been so fucking long, I forgot it. But now I understand. Okay, go.
I think I've got it.
Cool.
Maybe. So, Elven's 1,
Okay.
Dwarvish is 2.
I'm not saying if it's correct or not.
I'm waiting for something, basically, if something stabs me. Common's 3.
You got to do it all in order, and then.
So, Common's 3.
So what was it? What's the order?
So, Elven 1,
Yep.
Dwarvish 2,
Okay.
Common
Hold
3.
on.
Oh,
As soon as you pick the dwarvish one, you're blasted by a cloud, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use my
Take those
Deathless
D6s.
Vigor. I'm going to take my Deathless Vigor to re-roll that.
Okay.
Fuck's sake!
Cool. You take 9 points of damage
Fucking.
as you sit here, a canister break inside, and you're blasted by a load of cloud of horrible gas, and you hear a king of something being reset.
Cool.
Um,
44. Cool. Alright.
You hear Brand shout down, going, "What the hell's going on?"
Nothing!
No, serious. My
Really?
paladins have come out asking you're fucking around with a ball.
I'm not.
She starts coming down, and
Be
she kind
careful,
of
it might be trapped.
taps Artemis, going, "What the hell's going on?"
I don't know. I cast a spell on him and I moved a safe distance away, and I don't know
Okay.
what's going on.
Take 2.
Okay, I don't. Do you want a hand? Do you
So-
need something?
No, it's
I'm
alright.
gonna-
He's got it. It's okay.
So I'm going to attempt. Then to go.
I think it went on the goblin, dwarf one.
Yeah, but the problem was.
If you went on the dwarf one, that means that the first must be correct.
But then, okay. But that means it would be Elven, Elven, Elven. common.
Elven, common.
You can only, as soon as you turned it, you realise you can't turn it again.
Cool. So it's a...
I'm going to double check.
Hold the fuck up.
Yes. You can't turn it again. So you can't do the same one twice.
So it's gonna be goblin then.
No, goblin needs to be 5. Unless Orcish is rock back. Fuck it, right? So
That brand comes down.
I pushed the I set the goblin to 1.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, because you felt the elven work.
Well, the thing is, like, because the dwarvish one, it didn't make sense. If it doesn't move it again, and the dwarvish didn't work, that's the only other one with 2 on it.
Okay. You set the goblin to 1.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
5.
Brand's going to do it because she's come down and she fails. So you take 6 points of damage and she's going to take 6 points of damage. She goes... and she goes... What the hell's going on?
Nothing.
She looks at it and goes...
What type of damage is it, by the way?
Poison. She goes... Huh. I've not seen this before. This is weird.
Alright, so then I'm going to do Elven.
She goes, hold on, did you not read? She goes, I can decipher the top bit for you if you want.
Go for it.
She goes, pick an order or not at all. And then she goes, huh, there's stuff around the locks. She goes, never trust a goblin on the second lock. And the third lock says, orcs can't count. Huh? What's behind here? What are you looking for?
Okay, so then I'm gonna go. Second one's goblin. Third one's common. Fourth one's dwarvish, and then fifth one's orcs.
And then you feel all the locks setting.
Did it!
And
First try!
she looks at you and goes, I think if I didn't come down, you'd have been dead.
I think you mean third time's a charm.
She, the vault starts to open. And you see a small hatch of it opens. And a small leather wallet, kind of purse, lays in it. Cool. Let me get the cards. So everybody at home, this is an ongoing quest. Again, if you've jumped onto our map, you might see that there are several.
Oh shit, there are actual cards in it.
Yeah, you can look. They're actually on the quest to gather all of the cards, the deck of many things, basically. I'm trying to find the other cards because I think I buried it when I moved everything. Oh, there it is. So, the cards that you've just got.
I mean, we've got 2 of the best ones here.
So, this is one by Perinos.
Right,
So you've just got.
Are the cards usable?
Not just yet.
Justice,
In the long run, maybe.
Lovers, High Priestess. Cool. You find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, everyone at home. Ooh, stop the TV turning off. Boop. That's close. And put it on the screen so you can see. So these are the cards for the deck of many things. Oh, pretty. They also are tarot cards. Not that I do that stuff, but so I hand these to you. These are the 5 cards that you've just earned
Tower,
from
Chariot,
working out the puzzle.
Priestess, the Lovers, Justice! Alright, so High Priestess slips in there.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The Lovers.
10 cards left in the world, and 2 cards are earned through someone good of heart to retrieve them from Denier himself.
I can take those. Technically.
Well, I'm sure Erebus will. Erebus, I'm sure Denier will judge you for himself. But yeah, so they've been working on that, getting the deck of many things. If you've not heard of the deck of many things before, it's really cool. It's really, really crazy. Some really good boons, but also some really bad stuff in there.
Depending on what ones you use, more bad than good.
Well, you don't get to pick. You
No,
get to deal.
you have to randomly shuffle and deal it
No,
out.
I mean like what variant of the deck many you use.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, you've got 22 cards, so it's the full set, I think. So there is literally death and this horrible spectre.
It's like 4.
Death, horrible spectre,
Death.
constant
death,
enemy, and something else I can't remember. But then you've also got like
death. Your soul.
23,000 of XP and all these other things. Oh, it's soul and a gem. That's what it was. But yeah, Brand kind of looks to you and goes, "Oh, yeah, Baraka told me you're looking for those. Crazy they're actually real." She goes, "We've set up."
Been to hell and like.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of small fry on your list of stuff. She kind of goes, "Look, we've set up camp there. We've kind of set up a barricade. We're going to continue heading down just to clear this place out, unless you want to."
Yeah, we'll join you.
Cool. You have a look around, and you just see that there's like a massacre of goblins down here. Like they've been decaying, and there's been some prey life. Like you see some their flesh has been ripped away by various things, but no one's been down. You can see like some feces and things of like wolves and other prey animals, but they're not here anymore. You also see a chamber that had been opened, a secret chamber, and some sarcophagi.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can make 7.
Yeah, I would say there are 4 goblins with a bit of flesh still on them.
Is now an okay time to like once we settle down to make my companion
Yeah, maybe you do that down here and away from my troops.
for 8 hours?
Yep, you do you. She heads back upstairs.
If you're gonna do that, I'll help them clear out whatever's down here.
Well, I've got to be down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she goes, we're gonna,
Are you moving the dead skeletons out of here then? Is that what you're doing?
we're going to move the ones away from the entrance, and we're going to put our camp just outside it. So we're going to fortify this little zone.
I'm getting a slight bit of distrust from you guys to me.
No, you go ahead, do your
She
thing.
looks back and goes,
I see death as another part of nature. It's just the recycling.
she goes, well, she just said, no ill will against you. It's a bit like we fight that stuff, man. Like, I understand it's coming from you. That's why I'm not too fussed about it. But I'm just wary that these things might flip.
Okay, so my way of thinking about this, and maybe this will open your eyes a little bit. Picture what I do is like a weapon. So you've got a sword. So my magic is this sword. Put this sword in the hands of a bandit. That's bad. Because the bandit's going to go around stabbing and robbing people, yes?
And
True.
this is what
Put the
you-
very same sword into a guard's hand, though.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from, but the
It's-
fact
it's
is that
not-
it's not a sword. It's a creature of death.
And
It's,
with my ultimate wiseness, I then say, but the bandit could be a good vagabond, stealing from the rich and giving back to the poor.
stealing
And
is stealing.
the
Exactly,
guard could
what I
also
was.
be corrupt and stealing. from the
Exactly.
innocent.
Stealing.
Either way, you're giving them a sword.
Mm.
And who do we blame? The merchant for selling it, or the blacksmith for making it?
I think it's very
Anyway,
late in the evening for very philosophical questions, and
but the thing is, it's not the magic itself that is evil; it's the person who uses it.
it's true, and that's why I'm trusting of you, Ansem. However, just do it down here, okay? Don't bug my forces, and when you bring it up, I'm told my men not to,
Stan.
yes, or just
I
be
mean, it's,
just be distracted by it. In the end, we're
right. Well,
trying to
if
save
we're
more
gonna
growth.
crack on with it, I'm going to crack on with this then.
Right,
And
well,
you leave the midfield
we'll
down here.
we'll prepare dinner upstairs.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll
Take mine be full of there you
yeah,
Your midfield, you mean mine.
go. It
Um,
was mine for a while.
we'll prepare dinner
I haven't
upstairs.
lost
So we'll
it.
see then.
I know.
Oh.
The skeleton's going to bother.
Yeah.
Now put on my leather
so-
armour.
During the long rest, then I'm going to create my death skeleton again.
Cool. Yeah. You make your desk skeleton.
Born again hard.
In that case, the death ward is ended on you.
Cool.
That castle.
Nice.
It would have stopped you if that thing killed you. It would have stopped you from dying.
Oh, nice.
See if there's any encounters during the night.
Lovely.
5, 2. Nope.
Morning.
How long does it take? 4 hours?
8.
8. Okay. It gets to the morning, and the Brand and her 15 paladins start preparing to head out, and she sees you coming out of the crypts, and she goes, "Morning, Ansem, and hello to your friend. We're preparing to ride. We're preparing to leave the horses here. 4 paladins will stay behind, whereas the 15 of us," she points to Ansem and Erebos, "will continue along the coast towards Marathon. Hopefully, with our smaller numbers, we might be able to sneak in."
You sure you're going the right way?
She kind of points, kind of that way, I assume, is Marathon.
Okay.
Back through into the forest.
We can go to Marathon, and we'll go to Marathon first, and then Erebos said the cave was near there, so we can go from there.
Right. Okay. She unfurls a map. She kind of puts it on a rock to she talks to a few people. She places a kind of a
Is that thing
marker.
there?
Yeah. So let me find my mouse. Boink. Oop. There you go. There you go.
And we're at the Shrine of Denier place now.
Yeah. There. I'll turn it to
We've got
green.
a couple of days travel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then call it 6.
How many people can you get moving with that ring?
Lots? Why?
Up to 8.
I'm thinking we're going that direction because we think there's something there, yes?
Mm-hmm.
We can basically kind of teleport a bunk before a couple of men, scout the area, see the information.
I've never been there.
Probably go to Amberglade and then come down,
Yeah.
she says.
I could go to Amberglade. I can try it.
I'm just thinking we can take a load of men with us.
I've been there
Look
briefly.
at the area before.
I've been to Amberglade
Been there briefly.
quite a lot. Do you want to use my visions? Does that work? Or do you have to do it?
So,
She's saying to Brand, and not as DM, because I know how
so here's the ring. You have to envision the place and channel it.
Yeah, I don't want that responsibility.
I know.
Yeah, you both.
Yeah.
Also, if it goes wrong, then this is all fully in your hands. But
Yeah.
you think this is the best
Cool.
chance, yes? Amberglade and down?
Now I'm going down. Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Dust's gonna come in.
And he goes. So you're taking 8 people, I think. PHB's max 8 people. So we need.
We'll be taking it away.
Taking as 8 people as we can.
8.
Get there as
Let's
1, 2,
let's do it like
3.
this, because I think hopefully Ryan agrees if he's not online. Erebos will stay behind.
Yeah.
So let's do our final farewell to Erebos as he prepares to leave.
Okay. First of all, Decimeni stays with us.
Yep.
Because this is what I'm telling you. Because I'm not gonna lie, you're not gonna be fulfilling the quest, and we will have
Okay,
to come.
so
to you.
Erebos has got card deck. He's got mixed gems. The cart, which I think is
His.
in Baraka's fort, so that's fine. He's also got the Bank of Erebos.
the
And
cart.
then
Isn't the cart all the way up the mountain?
no, 'cause I think you sent it back because you said speak to animals and then say go back to.
Oh, I said the horse to go back.
Yeah, it was attached to the cart, wasn't it?
Yeah,
'cause you
but
spun
he
the
can
cart around.
clearly, not always follow him, though, can it? I mean,
Oh, that's true.
the horse can break out of that quite easily when it's just a horse. So.
No, that's very true.
That's
Um,
an asshole.
So, and that's just.
He's got helmet and
Thanks.
telepathy.
He's got the helmet telepathy. I would say don't take anything off him, which is like lens of street creeping, helmet telepathy, because he may need that
I'm
for
gonna-
his own adventure, which
I'm
we'll
gonna
do over
say,
Christmas.
Can you,
But anything like the card deck, yes, he can give to you.
when you go to Baraka's Cave, because you're going there to pick up your cart, can you drop off the snail shells there?
Cool. Ryan, if you're watching, and make sure you do. He asks that question, so let me know. Cool.
Yeah.
And then send word for.
You have to Facebook message.
No, I mean, then we can have the other men come along with the horses back in case we need them. They can travel with the rest of the horses, can't they? To the place we're going to.
Yes.
The paladins to Marathon.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Because then they can travel there with the horses as a big.
As like a backup.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. So
So you can take
got-
8 so you got
we've got 3
two
of us
of you.
so far.
yeah. So you just in case Arlo comes with you, and obviously we won't finish this by. Oh, it's 11:15 by the guy. So we'll finish this in the next, say, 15 minutes. Actually, we'll finish this off this teleportation, see how it works.
Cool.
Depending on the roll. So it's you, Arlo, and
Let's go then.
the skeleton. So it's 4 plus Brand 5. So Brand's going to take 3 of her strongest knights with her. And she goes, right. Bye, Erebos. And the kind of handshake.
Alright.
Are you going to say goodbye to Erebos? Are you not?
Stay strong, big guy.
Arlo kind of probably does a predator handshake sort of thing.
Hey, Erebos. Remember that time I beat you in an arm wrestle?
And you disappear.
That's basically it.
Cool, okay, roll it. You're going to Amberglade.
34.
Very familiar. We got on target.
You appear in Amberglade. It's still complete in ruins, and you see no one around.
Bitchin'.
Then you hear kind of movements coming from the vacant houses. Past perception, you see large humanoid-sized creatures come out, and you are then very quickly surrounded by half a warband's worth of orcs.
Howdy doody. Hey, minute.
And
That's 25.
one comes out who looks very scarred. It looks extremely familiar. Before you, and he goes, "By Gramash, creepy guy."
Don't appreciate the name, but betrayal guy.
Hey, not betrayal, stronger guy. And can you remember his name? Because I fucking can't.
It began with a G.
Yeah, I think so.
Gary.
Gary, come on. There's so. You know what? I actually updated our Wikipedia with.
I think it might be something like Grok.
All right, let me grab.
Greg.
Oh, that's Mercedes. People list.
Privileges have just been taken away.
His name. I swear to God, please say I put it in here. I did. Thank God. Grummuck.
Grimmark. There we go. I knew it began with a G.
Go on then.
Grimmark!
Ah!
Oh, fuck.
Brand there, and people almost like start drawing their
Oh,
swords.
fuck off!
Ah! And he literally comes in with a massive scoop hug and squeezes you and goes. And he goes. I thought they killed you.
Oh, you can't kill the unkillable.
We saw the water and we fled upstairs.
No, it was a big fool. It was big, lots happened since then.
You see about 20 orcs in this.
Is this the warband then? Or is this everyone who's like your side?
Oh, what's left? We've been fighting off some fucking weird creatures coming from the south.
Weird creature.
Are they like...
Stink of death. Look like death too. Got an itch.
Yeah, that got a scratch.
He looks to you and goes, we're kind of stuck. Well, we can't go west. Can't go south. And, well, let's say we tried to go north. There were more of us. And we were attacked.
Well,
So we're a bit fucked at the moment.
Well, no, because you've got this city.
We don't want to stay here.
Why not?
It's shit.
We'll make it better.
We don't want to farm. We want a village.
No, you don't need to farm. You need to just make
Oh,
it so
you
you can
want
live
to
here.
pillage?
Well, no offence. See,
Well,
Brand.
I heard, we kind of had a little look at a place that happened a couple of days ago. Remember that Dust Cove Bridge area? A lot of people there, wasn't
Yes, but they...
That's an army. We try to go that way too.
Yeah, they don't have the numbers for that. They need a way of constantly...
You, Where are you going?
South.
Oh. Need a hand. And we'll end it there, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, so we'll end that session there because it's gone really late and I'm aware of the time. So thank you for joining us. We will be back next week as it's getting close to the new year, so I don't know who's free, so bear with us. So make sure you're following us on our Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you've hit that follow button because if we get to 30 viewers on that's not what we're looking for. 30 followers on our Twitch and 30 on our YouTube, we're going to do a giveaway of this really cool Fomorian here. And because we've got lists, we'll put you all in a raffle and see who wins. So make sure you do, because if you don't, then win this bad guy. And he's really, really cool. Otherwise, this will stay here, and that'll be sad. But yeah, no, so follow us on Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, which is in our links. If you're watching on YouTube, great. Follow us on Twitch. And either way, make sure you like our Facebook page as well, because we put up a lot of information on there. So you've got links to our maps, which was linked earlier. We've got our wiki page, and if you actually Google us as well, which I keep checking every now and then. But if you Google, as I'm about to check, because we're literally getting higher and higher now, thanks to the gold liches and witches, literally doing it. We are the first 1, 2, 3, 4 links. So first four, and our fandom page is the first one. So our wiki, and our wiki's the 2 first links, then our Facebook, then our YouTube. So really can't miss us. If you Google liches and witches, you can find us straight away. So please find us wherever you are. Subscribe, all that nonsense. And
can't find us, that gets a bit creepy.
Yeah, no, not literally, because, well, good luck. We don't go outside.
Natural light!
And yes, thank you for watching. Any plugs?
Plug that hashtag Ultimate Power.
Ultimate Power, yeah. Get that hashtag going. Instagram Lightfoot Dice as well. Jay, who plays Arlo, has got a good dice business slowly going off at the moment. So have a look at those. He's making some really badass dice that I will get to do.
Swirly colours that are translucent.
And baked, no, was it not baked beans, was it?
Cooker Pops.
Cooker Pops, yes. So who knows what he's going to put in next. So,
Those little raindrops, they have to be next. You know, the rainbow drops.
what, the sprinkles, hundreds of thousands?
No,
No,
the
the
little
actual,
rainbow
like,
drops. They're
yeah,
like the little
little
tiny
puff
little
things.
puff
Oh,
things.
yeah.
You want some of them.
Oh,
They
yeah,
like
that'd be
say it's
amazing.
clear, because then you can see it and be well cool.
That'd be really good, yeah. But yes, yeah, search him up because obviously he'll appreciate that as well. And yeah, share us with your friends. Obviously, you've got a D&D group. Let us know how that's going and keep us informed. Anyway, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.